What's up, party people? How long has it been? Guys, we are back with we're running it back on a hot seat on a Saturday night, not a Thursday night. Guys, we're excited to be here. Uh listen. Dutch, how you doing, man? Co-host of the most, Daddy Dutch Barbecue. What's going on, brother? Say hi to the people.
Oh, buddy, what's up? What's up? It's been a little bit, since we've talked this way. We talk quite often on the phone and stuff. But
Right.
yeah, actually, it's been a day to day. Went down, had to work this morning, of course, now, but that's a different story. Went down to Sioux City to the famous Dave's. I sent you the picture earlier and told you that Harry said hi, and of course, Harry was there along with famous Dave Anderson. Nice guys, chit chat both with both of them a while today. Sorry,
Right.
multitasking. I'm trying to get the chat up. Buddy of mine who I was helping out won the whole damn thing. Punched his golden ticket to Indianapolis for early November for the World Food Championships.
Wow, that's exciting, man. That's very cool.
Yeah, it's been a day.
Been a day.
How about you?
Well, I'm here. I wanted to do a little bit of kind of catching up. I see we got a guest sitting in the green room. We'll bring him on when it's time, but we got to get through some stuff. All right. So I was looking at the math. Are you already you can't pin flip me yet?
Just for this occasion.
All right, go for it.
I wanted you to see it while I do it.
There you go. You cracking it open? Oh,
Yeah.
that's fresh. Fresh. All right. So, guys, for the new viewers, right? And I'm sure we're gonna have plenty, because the last time we did a hot seat show was January 28th, 2021 was the last hot seat with us. And that was with Cooking with Steven and Jacqueline were our last guests. And they're actually in the chat.
I was going to use that as a trivia question.
Oh, well, my bad. I think you could do the first guess, and that'd be a great one too. So anyway, guys, why are we doing this? Well, why are we doing this?
Why not?
Why are we doing another hot seat?
Why not?
So we've talked about this for a while. We've had after we got rid of not get rid of it, but gave it up to another creator. It's kind of gone by the wayside a little bit, right? We don't quite see it as often. And you know what? We have a free Saturday night. So I was like, you know what? Let's get the band back together. Me, Dutch. We'll have our sponsor, Uncle Steve. He'll be on eventually.
Oh, hey, what about our roadie? The guy up here on the far right?
And then Johnny Maggs from the Pit Life Barbecue podcast will be in. He's in the chat right now moderating. So we'll bring him on a little later. So I decided let's run this back tonight. Are we going to do this every week? Probably not. Are we going to try to do it maybe once a month? You never know. See how this turns out. So, guys, right now we got 38 people watching. We need more. So make sure you guys hit those thumbs up, get in the algorithm, get YouTube to do their thing. All right. We tonight we have two special guests. We have Capt'n Ron, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name.
Dimpflmaier.
He's dying in the green room. Every time I try to say it, I fumble over myself. So Capt'n Ron is go ahead.
Let's just give him his proper title.
What's that?
Tina Cannon's main squeeze.
Tina Cannon's hubby or work hubby.
There you go.
So Capt'n Ron's going to be in and chat with us first, and then we'll have Sir William Purvis, or Bill Purvis to the common folk, from Chicken Fried BBQ will be on a little bit later. I think he'll be calling in from a comp. What I decided I wanted to do with this hot seat is, we had a lot of creators on over the 3.5 years we did this. And I think I want to have, we're going to have some more expert type guests on that can, share their knowledge, their wisdom. And Capt'n Ron is a big green egg savant. Works for them, knows everything about them. Probably does obscene things to him when the camera's not on. Yeah, I see you. And then obviously Bill Purvis is he took the barbecue world by storm a couple years back, and it just hasn't looked back. So we're gonna get him on, and we're gonna chat with him for a little bit. We have, like I said, Uncle Steve Shake will jump on. Johnny Mags from Pit Life Barbecue will come on for a little bit. We're gonna have a little bit of fun tonight, so make sure you guys are tuned in the whole way through. If there's any issues with sound quality, we can't do anything about our looks. We're as ugly as can be. We definitely have voices for radio or faces for radio. But let us know in the chat. Let's see here. Dutch, why don't you say hello to some people in the chat and get it going?
I sure can. I see Mr. Mega Fred Zeppelin is here.
Mega Fred.
Let's see. Let me get back to the top. John the Beagle Dad. We're discussing that earlier. Rob and Duke from the Barbecue Pit Dog. Some slacker named Pit Life Barbecue Podcast. Nah, don't worry about that one.
Yeah, screw that guy.
Tom RG. Nigel. Barbara.
I haven't talked about him in a hot minute. What's up, brother?
Barbara Nevins.
Barbara.
Mr. AJ from Guggen Barbecue.
Guggen.
The last guest we had on, Steven, is here.
What's up, Steven?
Lynn from Over 50 and Fantabulous. Mike is here. Mike Began is here. Two Mikes. Christy's Cooking Channel. Oh, Christy's Cooking and Lifestyle.
Yeah, you got to get it right now.
I'm sure Mr. Wonderful Lloyd is around the house somewhere.
I love it.
And I see Capt'n Ron is in the chat. Let's see. Who else we got? Mags, that's the wrong show. That will not work. That is all I see at this time. And no questions yet for CJ.
All right. Well, I was just gonna actually bring that up, guys. I have my list of questions as always. We have some old favorites from the hot seat we did, but we have some new ones that are kind of guest specific. Leanne is watching on Facebook, guys. We're live on my Facebook page and on YouTube. So, guys, either way, you hit the thumbs up so we can get the people will be like, yeah, watch it. Okay. And now Leanne's on YouTube. There you go. If you guys are here because of the Ninja Woodfire Grill and you think we're cooking tonight, we're not cooking. We're sitting there. We're having a good time. We're having a drink. And guys, a lot of what you, if you're new to the hot seat and what you guys may or may not know is we had this thing called Super Shot. Hashtag Super Shot. Right? And it got us in some fun times and some trouble over the years. Right? How that came about is we had a guest on, Alicia. She was talking about her channel. Obviously, we're talking about it. She was a little nervous about coming on our show. She sees that we have drinks while we're talking, and before we really got started, she's like, "Hey, can we do a shot? I'm feeling a little nervous. Whatever." Yes. So her, Dutch, myself did a shot, and then at some point, if you guys see the little dollar sign in the bottom of the chat over there, I think it was Hobo Nickel Barbecue. It put a super chat in for $10 and said, take another shot at first, and then somehow it became, instead of a super chat, it became hashtag Super Shot. So,
and by the way, I was listening to a certain show which we'll talk about later. That's 8:00 my time on Tuesday nights.
Yes, sir.
That use the term Super Shot.
That son of a bitch.
And you know what? I was a little bit, they say copying something is the best form of flattery.
Imitation is the most sincere form of flattery.
There you go. Thank you.
There you go.
That's why you're the boss.
Yeah, that's why I get paid the big bucks.
At least they could have given us a shout out. I mean,
right? That's people just they just steal stuff all the time. It just is what it is.
Wes they got on that show does one hell of a job. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
So I put that in there. Copyrighted by.
Dude, I need to trademark it. I think. Yeah. See here. Tom's Food Factory's in there. What's going on? Skinner Farms. What's up, Josh?
Are you in my chat, sir?
What?
Are you in my chat?
Nope, not me.
Okay. I didn't think it was you.
So, back to the super shots. Why don't you like old school ways set a price for the super shots tonight? I have a bottle of the good stuff sitting there. Dutch has a freaking handle of Tito's there. So I hope Ron has something cold and icy in his glass. He's like, nope. One moment, please.
I'm debating.
You're debating. Make it. Don't make it $2 a shot. It would be. We'll never make it through the show.
It is a Saturday night.
It is.
With inflation and everything, without getting
it's tough. It's tough times out there.
I don't know. Do we do 5? No, not 5.
No. It's too attainable. I think Tom just figured it out.
Tim's getting there.
Let's go and even 15. But we'll give that first one to Tom for free, or for $10, a little discount.
Okay.
Tom, cheers.
As like Tom got in on happy hour price.
Yeah, now happy hour's over.
Happy hour's over. Sorry, kids. So
yes.
I will not be doing shots, but I will be taking big swigs.
Cheers, baby.
Cheers.
Thank you, Tom. Ooh. Solid flavor. Solid. Yeah. All right. The first one's always the first cut's the deepest.
That is the one thing I really, truly dreaded about the show.
Yeah.
Especially when and I got the glass right here.
Oh, do you still have that Texas shot glass?
When that damn Sean Hogan come in and put $50, and you got to go to native Texas.
Yeah.
God, I don't drink whiskey anymore, or I would have a very crappy day tomorrow.
All right. Well, let's see here. Before we bring up our guest, I'll remind you all, if you do have questions for our guests, throw it in the chat. Dutch will pick it up and ask you when it's time. All right. Are everybody ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? I guess we didn't really do life updates, Dutch. What have we been doing for the last 3.5 years?
My company built a new building, so starting May, I went back working more Saturdays in a month than I care to admit. Before that, guys, I've about 18 Saturdays a year. I've been hitting barbecue contests, down a little bit this year. I'm only at 12, but I got 3 or 4 more coming up before the end of the year, before the Royal.
Right.
So we have made the leap. We are still doing some local backyard stuff around here. We have been doing some KCBS events. You can't see it, but right up there's a couple turkey smoke trophies. Both of those happen to come from the Worthington KCBS, which is about an hour and a half north of here. And then up there, that tall one right there is a 4th place rib from the Denison KCBS competition. So we have ventured into playing with the big dogs.
As you should.
We have another one coming up here in basically 1 month. And that'll be back down in Denison again. We had some get flooded out up this way. We lost about 6 competitions due to the floods we've had this year. That's why you guys haven't seen any videos from the campground either.
Right.
The campground got flooded out. We lost the road right in front of my place. The pit that was supposed to be 12 feet below the road, the pit was full to the top of the road because it came over the road 3.5 feet.
Damn.
So we changed things up, and we changed up, if you haven't looked back, we changed up the barbecue trailer also. Got a trailer that comes from CJ's neck of the woods. It's called a West Coast Charger.
All right, cool.
El Cajon is where it's
really? So it's a bit south from here.
Yep, but it is an 18-foot toy hauler with its own kitchen, restroom, 2 beds, retrofitted to be a barbecue trailer. So,
right.
You know, the youngest senior in high school playing the game you and I love, CJ.
I love it.
Tackle, D-tackle.
As he should be. There you go.
Oh, short. He's only 6'1".
I know. I mean, the D-tackle is perfect for short guys like me.
In his Nikes.
In his Nikes, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
How about
well,
you?
let me kind of
and everything.
Let me bring you up to speed on myself. Let's see, 3.5 years. 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, I looked at. I think we were watching. I watched the Wall Twins when we had them on. I was watching a couple of the old hot seats to kind of get the questions and all that. And I think we were talking. I had 30,000 subscribers, right? Fast forward 3 years, I have 155,000 subscribers, and then that thing finally showed up a year or so ago.
Yes, sir. Congrats.
So, thank you. I no longer work for a living.
I'm so proud.
I am now a full-time content creator. About a year ago in June, my company downsized, my corporate job downsized, and I was downsized along with it. So we decided to make a go of YouTube full-time content creation. So Tom, that $10 is going to help pay some bills. Thank you. It's no longer going to the big guys booze fund. It's going to keep the lights on. So
pays the internet bill.
Pays the internet bill, right? So guys, I've been doing that. We have 3 kids in college now, or one's getting his master's, or almost on his second year of his master's. And we got 2 going in as freshmen in college this year, and then 2 in high school. So all them kids that we talked about growing up, they're growing up. So wife is doing great. She's still in the mortgage industry. She doesn't do as much content as I would have liked her to do, but she's busy. She's actually the band booster club president. So it's a lot of work going on. We're always running. What you got? What are you laughing at over there, man?
Put up Tom's comment. You remember how to put up comments? Right side of the screen.
There you go. I got it.
Yeah, go.
So can't help CJ become unemployed. It's true.
Compliment.
I appreciate it. I work 10 times as hard, but 10 times as happy. So I really do love being a content creator. I love cooking. I love doing everything I do. I have I'm up to 9 cookbooks now that I sell on my site. So we're doing some things, man. We're doing some things. So it's interesting. It's tough. I went from having a full-time gig to overnight a business owner, straight up. Like, I am a corporation now, LLC. I got accountants, got QuickBooks, all that good stuff that I kind of never thought of, but now I do. So it's crazy. But now I'm not an unemployed YouTuber. I am a self-employed content creator. So that kind of catches you guys up. Of the 24 people that are stuck around this long to watch it, that's where we're at right now. So, all right, guys, let's get. I see it. Fuck this guy.
I will allow you to be in the chat for the
Yeah. Does this mean he gets a bit moist on his forehead? Or yes. Yes. Hashtag moist. I hate that word. Eesh.
He loves moist salmon.
Moist. Ugh. Hate salmon too.
Hey, you know the best thing for your moist parts? Dude wipes.
Dude wipes. Not sponsored, but we're open. Dude wipes. We're open to sponsors. All right, guys. I think it's time. We've let our guests sit in the green room long enough. 20 minutes is giving us plenty of time to kind of catch up. Let's go ahead and bring him in. Capt'n Ron. Oh, yes. Always keep them riveted, boys.
What's up, boys?
Dude, this
How we
guy,
doing?
this guy right here is one of my favorites in the world. Look at this guy. Freaking attractive. Good look. Look at the hair. He has hair still. You know, I'm jealous. I miss my hair. Look at great tan all the way down to Florida, looking good. Hangs out with royalty. Big green egg style.
Somebody's got to do it.
I know, man. It's like, how do you get through? How do you make it through life? It's so hard. You find a way. You power through.
Yeah. I just think of Daddy Dutch, and it just drives me. It gives me drive.
Yeah. I mean, pretty much everybody wants to be like Daddy Dutch. It's just it's few and far between. Like it's so hard.
But there's one difference.
What's that?
I'm not sitting in a Florida room under the lights enjoying the outdoors. I'm stuck in here.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's rough, man. It's rough.
Hey, you know what? It sounds funny, but it's like 100 degrees here with like 98% humidity. I'm sitting here dying. You're losing dying. Weight as we talk right now.
Dude, I tell you what, Ron, I was in Brooklyn a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. It was 89, 95, something in that range, in the same humidity. I was like, this is hell. Like, why would anybody want to live here?
Yep. So I'm convinced that pretty much from South Carolina down, once that the pandemic hit, we all actually died, and we're actually living in hell now. This is actually hell this is actually hell that we're living in, believe it or not. Goodness. It looks pretty, but man.
Well, everybody get prayers out for Capt'n Ron, man.
Yeah. Man, it's good to see you guys. Been a while.
Yeah, it's been a hot second, man. Like we did the hot seat. We did it for 3.5 years. I mean, you were a prior guest too.
Yeah.
And we had a great time. We made tons of friends on here, and it did things we wanted it to do. Right. It gave us, an outlet, a voice, some time, like social, it was social for us too. We met a lot of great friends. It gave me my watch time to get monetized so many years ago. It was a huge deal for us. So it was tough to give it up, but the grind of doing a show once a week, every Thursday, trying to get guests on the whole bit, it just became strain. So, but if we can keep this up, once a month type thing, unless, another young and upcoming YouTuber wants to take it over or something like that, we'll see what we can do with it. But I wanted to get people on like yourself that are, kind of, I would call you an expert in your field, right? Your big green egg kingdom, right? I know you have other grills too. And I think I saw on social media, you got a beautiful, shiny new rig back there.
So excited about it.
I'll give you a chance to chat about that too, man. But let's just kind of talk about your personal, real quick. We tease you about Tina Cannon and it's your work wife. We all love Tina Cannon. She's the pearls all the time when she's cooking and all that stuff. But let's tell us about your personal life, wife, kids, all that good stuff, man.
Well, first off, thanks so much for having me back on here, man. I really appreciate it, man. I love you guys, and I've been. I reached out as soon as you hit your milestone, and I just couldn't be more happy and proud for you. We're striving for that ourselves, and a lot of people don't realize the amount of work that goes into it. So what you did is an unbelievable feat. So congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
And
appreciate it.
And Big Daddy, always good to see you, brother. It's been a while.
You too, sir. You too.
But
before you get off, I do have a couple questions for you.
All right, I'm going to be on here for a little while.
We can get to those later. We'll see if anybody in the chat has a couple questions for you. But
all right, cool. Well, you want to know about me a little bit? Is that I live down here in South Florida, just outside of Fort Lauderdale, in a town called Coral Springs. I have a beautiful girlfriend, Lynn, and she's as any of us know that are in this world, in this crazy barbecue social media world, she has the patience of a saint. Puts up with a lot of cold meals and aggravated Ron. So. But I got two beautiful kids, 25 and 24, my son Ron, and of course, and my daughter Caitlin, my daughter Ron, and
yeah, exactly.
yeah. But it's just the last couple of years has been such a blessing, man. Like you said, I do a lot with Big Green Egg, and I don't actually work for them. I'm actually I'm just kind of sponsored by them on their ambassador team on BGE Team Green, and that for me was one of the most proud things that ever happened to me, because I'm just, like a lot of us, I'm just a backyard barbecue guy who started taking pictures.
Right.
And, all of a sudden one day I get this note, literally it was an email, hey, send us your address. We want to send you some stuff for being on BGE Team Green. I'm like, and that was it. Like, no, hey, Ron, nothing
right,
like that.
right.
That was literally the email. I'm like, I started feeling like, what the hell does this mean exactly? Like, does that mean I'm on BGE Team, and yeah, man, it's been a really exciting run. It's brought me to great places. It's got me to travel all around the country and actually all around the world. We went on a Big Green Egg cruise in Europe last year.
Yeah,
And,
I saw that. It's insane, man.
It just, every day I wake up and I pinch myself and go, yeah, it's real. It's all really happening, So it's just very exciting. I'm extremely grateful.
Well, real quick, okay, we know Big Green Egg.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about that rig you just got, though. I mean, you got to talk about it. It is gorgeous. Yeah. If you guys aren't following Capt'n Ron on social medias, get on Instagram, get on Facebook. Beautiful stuff, right?
Please. Yeah.
But talk about that rig real quick, man.
Yeah, so it's a new Santa Maria grill. It's made by Tagwood Barbecue, and it is just, I had one before, and it was okay, but this thing, it's like going from the Toyota Corolla to the Testarossa. You know what I mean? It's just like, holy crap. It's the Santa, people that aren't familiar, Santa Maria's got the wheel on the side where you can lower and raise the grate. And this one's got a rack on it like this for cooking. You can put like 4 or 5 whole chickens in there. You can put ribs in there, and stuff. It's a live fire grill.
Yeah.
And the stuff you can do with it. One of the big people that cooks on them is Al Fragoni cooks on them.
Yeah.
The thing is just a beast, and I'm over the moon happy with it, man. I haven't even cooked on it yet. It's been raining and everything, so I haven't even got to cook on it yet. But I'm so excited to get going on it.
Yeah, I tell you what, live fire cooking, like, I know I don't do obviously my, niche is more like to the ninja stuff and the outdoor grilling and all that stuff. But when it's just myself and we're just grilling on the weekends and whatnot, live fire cooking is the way. I have the Santa Maria, I have, I use my kettles all the time, man. I love my kettles.
Yep.
It's if I could get that algorithm to bend that way for me, I would do tons more live fire cooking, but it is what it is. I'm not.
If I can get any algorithm to go anyway for me.
Yeah, right. It's the greatest mystery out there, man. YouTube algorithm is just freaking horrible. Dutch, I see you kind of freaking out with your pen over there. Do you have something to add to the conversation?
Well, last I knew, there was a channel called CJ's Q.
Yeah, have you tried to run 2 channels? It's tough, man. It's tough.
I don't have the bitchy baker to produce and edit.
Oh, that'd be 3 channels that I run. Yes.
I'm just saying that would be a really good spot for some, let's say, live fire tri-tip or something that you might have coming up shortly with some red bag charcoal.
Yeah, maybe.
We don't.
That guy.
Red bag charcoal.
Yeah, we can't talk about that. Real quick, David Embry just became a channel member. Thank you, David. That's sweet. I did see you guys in there. I'm gonna jump in there and say hi to people as we can. I see Dutch is in there, not Dutch. Dash is in there. He's driving. What's up, brother? Be careful and don't drink and drive, or text and drive. Sorry, Ryan. What's going on, guys? It's always appreciated when you guys join in. So besides, I know you just said they emailed you, but what made you kind of stick with the Big Green Egg? What do you dig about it? Do you when they send you out to these the hardware shows or whatnot? Tell us about that and what you like about that, and what drives you with that.
Well, there's a couple of things I love. I love being in front of people and talking and just chatting with people, especially people with like interests,
Right.
And the Big Green Egg, I've just, it's one of those things that when I wanted to get into this, I always heard of them, and I always heard how great they were and everything. And I hit a certain age, and they say that at 35 years old, men either get into World War II history or smoking meat. So I got a green egg, So my parents bought me my first one. I bought it used for my birthday one year, and I used it a little bit. Made a pork butt here, pork butt there. I was like, oh yeah, it's great,
Right.
And then we decided to participate in a Big Green Egg Festival and at Watsy's Meats here in Florida, and I didn't realize it was the largest egg fest in the country at the time, So we just went head first, dove into the deep end,
Right.
And we did pretty well, and we had a pretty good reception there. And my kids, they were like, "Oh, you should start an Instagram account." I'm like, "Yes, you should start an Instagram account for me because I'm an old man."
As they should.
So we started out, and I just started posting some pictures, and all of a sudden it just started growing and growing and growing. And like I said, then BGE reached out, and then eventually it led to actually my current employer is actually, I work full time for Fogo Charcoal Company,
right.
And I run their YouTube channel and do all the videos for them. And like you said, Big Green Egg, they send me all around. The event of the year is this weekend. It's the Rub and Tug Invitational down in Key West. It's put on by Bear and Burton's, the guys who run the W Sauce.
Yeah. Is that this weekend coming up, or
that's right this weekend coming up? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's, for me, it's an incredible honor because it's an invitation only event,
Right.
And I mean, I'm out on the sandbar. We're out 7 miles off of Key West grilling, and I'm next to Heath Riles and Matt Pittman and Cosmo, and I mean, Max the Meat Guy and Stale Cracker, and I'm,
yeah, it's insane. I followed along last year when you guys did it. I was following along, and it just the amount of jealousy that built up in me watching you guys have that good time, because Mikey K is out there too, and Mel, Dark Side of the Grill, all them guys that we've chatted with. We've had Cosmo on, we've had you on, we've had Mel, all that, whatever, right? We've had all you guys on, we've chatted with all you guys. What fun would it be to freaking be there grilling with y'all? So I get crazy jealous when I see that stuff. You look like you guys have such a blast, man. I love it.
Go ahead, Dutch.
Right. One quick question on that, Ron. Is that the one with the picture with when you're all about, I don't know, 6-8 inches deep in the water? And in relation to that, before he got in the water, was Mel wearing his purple smoking robe?
No, he was not wearing a robe on the island. Okay. No, but I believe he might have been walking around the resort at some point with it on. It might have been late night, early morning. I'm not exactly sure when it was, but that's
South Florida. They kind of blend together,
Yeah, yes, yeah. Like Jimmy Buffett said, there's a fine line between Saturday night and Sunday morning.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, it's funny because what it is the first day. They have a charter boat for each team, and each team is about 3 or 4 people, so they take you out fishing, and you get certain points for certain fish and this, that, the other, and you come back and it's all fun. Then they clean the fish for you. Then the next morning you get up and you go out and catch lobsters. So we actually go diving in the water and catch lobsters. Well, at about noon, we all congregate on this sandbar, which is 7 miles off of Key West. And Big Green Egg had 20 tents with mini maxes out there, and we all cooked up the fish and we cooked up the lobsters. And I'm sitting there, and I'd never met the man before. Heath Riles was hand feeding me lobster, and but to your point, CJ, was that TFTI, Tone Ramirez?
Yeah, Tone,
big account on Instagram, and just a super nice guy. But we're standing there in the water, and we're just looking around. I'm like, my God, man, this is incredible. I said, what do you think like everybody else in the world is doing right now? And he goes, they're wishing they were us. What do you mean? What are they
exactly
doing,
Yeah.
And boy, I'll tell you what, man, it's a big honor to be included in that, and I'm very fortunate for my relationship with Big Green Egg is what's bringing me there. And it's just so much fun. You guys know the barbecue family is just amazing, man. It's just amazing.
Oh yeah, definitely. And another friend of ours, I believe that you've done some team green events with. Yeah, that little short guy.
Yeah, little fella.
Oh, stretch over there.
There are people in barbecue that make me feel short.
Yeah.
The first one is, and all of a sudden his last name is escaping me. Paul.
He's that guy we met in Houston, right?
Yes, Tall Paul.
Yeah, Tall Paul. I can't remember his last name either.
I saw a post.
Huge.
He's about C-Max height.
Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah. They, C-Max 6'10", I'm 6'5".
Are you 6'5"?
And I got a picture.
All of it too. All of it.
A couple of years ago, I was out in Pennsylvania, and I drove out to New Hampshire on a Tuesday for the Pit Life Barbecue podcast when John was still doing it from the studio there, and C-Mac was there, and we took a picture at the end, and then I realized how short I was.
Every time I see him, we take the same picture, Armin and me just looking up like this, I told him recently, I said, you got to redesign your logo a little. He has this little tiny line on the bottom of his logo. He's got this big C-Mac Cooks and this little tiny line. I never even realized what it said. It said barbecue that's head and shoulders above the rest. I said, oh my God, how much better does it get than that, But, you want to talk about salt of the earth, good people, man. I love that, man. I love that guy.
One of my goals, within the next year or two is to actually get out to Riverfest and actually spend some time out there. We've had plenty of conversations with C-Mac, and we were part of the virtual one, a few years back, right when COVID hit or whatever.
Yeah, that's when you and I first met. I think was the virtual one. Yeah,
about that. Yeah. And he's one of the sweetest guys. We had him on the hot seat when I was in Austin. Baby Bag Maniac was having a fun in the back, had a bucket on his head, and we had a few drinks off the jug, a couple times. So
a few drinks off the jug.
Yeah, just a couple. Listen,
translation.
This show is all about fun and libations. I mean, clearly, I might not want to say I have a problem. I mean, I got solutions behind me, So we enjoy it. We enjoy a drink or two.
There you go. The one hot seat not going into it, I thought I was going to have to take over.
Yeah, it was a rough one, man. I mean,
it was fun. Don't get me wrong. But
well, it's funny, you're obviously the Dogfather barbecue, Alton, right? Him and his wife make this thing called the jug and the old wine bottles, those big whatever. I have one, you're smiling and life is grand. You have two, you need to sit your ass down for a hot second. It's heavy duty, man. So, guys, I want to jump. There's a couple more people in the chat. I want to say hi to KC, North Texas Barbecue Addicts is in the chat. Ryan from Barbecue Blackstone and Beers in there. What's up, guys? Thank you all for being here. Hit the thumbs up if you don't mind. I don't know if we're going to I've already explained this before, but I'm going to say it a few times during the show. We may or may not do this longer or shorter. Or more. It will not be a weekly event, but if we do it, it'll be at least a once a month type thing. So be on the lookout for my my DMs if you want to come in on it. Okay.
You miss doing it?
That's my plug for right now.
Do you miss doing it?
I do. I miss this, right?
Yeah.
The bullshit. What I don't miss is hustling to get it up and ready. Like before you jumped on, before we were live, I was telling Dutch that I have a comp next week that I'm part of a team, and I'm handling the tri-tip on the comp. So I was doing a practice run today, and I literally just finished slicing it all up and packaging it all up. I took time to change my shirt and comb out my beard, basically, and brush my teeth, and freaking had to come on here. And I was red as can be because it's freaking hot outside. I'm hustling, so hustling to get it back, get set up. That's kind of a pain in the ass. Getting guests on, that was always I don't say a pain in the ass, but it was fun. It was a challenge. We had
trying to get them to log in on time, things like that.
Yeah, people that can't get their bandwidth right, or my Wi-Fi is whatever. But we had by the time we were done, we had plenty of people just calling us to be on, but there were times where we we had to search for people and all that, and it was a challenge. And then blocking out the specific night every week, that was always a challenge. And then
I have a hard time with that myself with anything anymore. Trying to schedule anything. Okay, I'm gonna do this every Thursday, man.
You can't. It's tough. And then getting up on Friday after a night of super shots, that was always a challenge. But again, we had a lot of fun, and if we can get it together, and this is more going to be social for us, right? When we do it, it's before we kind of had a purpose. We wanted the watch time, or we wanted the super shot money, or we do telethons, for lack of a better way, to raise money for people and all that. But now if we do this, it'll just be for shits and giggles.
You'll probably enjoy it a lot more now.
Yeah, it'll be a lot less. It's less stress. Yeah, and there's people that kind of came into the YouTube, the creator gang, or game, not gang. Well, it probably is a gang at this point. There's people that I would see come in and start doing their thing, and I was like, dude, I wish we could have got them on the hot seat, right? One of them comes to mind, and we may have him on. He just couldn't make it tonight. Was Al Wasserberger from Eat More Vegans, which I know he changed up his channel name. He's such a fascinating guy to me, and what he's doing with his channel and all that. I really wanted to talk with him, because he puts out restaurant quality videos. He has a team, obviously he spends some money on it. And, there's people I want to talk to now, and I want to have people that are experts in their game to come on and, share their knowledge if they can. Sure. I see Uncle Steve's in the chat. Steve, I'll bring you up in a bit. You just hang out and chill out for a bit. Okay. Oh, look at that, man. Tom's Food Factory coming in.
He's a hell of a guy, man.
I actually have one ready to go. Thanks, Tom.
I got to meet him recently. What a good guy.
And I have a comment in the chat about that for you later on. And CJ, I got a small list for
okay.
Rob.
All right.
Oh boy.
Let me look. I had one more thing about Fogo.
Yes, sir.
Because I know we had talked in the past about you actually, you are employed by them. Well, how did that come about? Like, I mean, did you like Big Green A and just buy a bag of their stuff, and like all of a sudden they found you and like, he's a good looking guy, let's get him on the team?
I don't know, but you can just keep saying that as many times as you want.
I mean, dude, I'm secure in my manlyhood. I'll tell you if you're good looking. Like Steve, Uncle Steve in the green room right now, dude. I'm going from 6 to midnight on that guy right now, dude. He's an attractive individual, especially if you see his if you find his modeling pics from the 80s.
Whoa, wait.
Oh, you have one handy?
Oh boy, here we go.
A special limited.
It's all happening now.
I got you, Ryan.
And I always bring this one out because of the.
I'm gonna put Kent on solo right now.
Yeah, turn it a little bit.
Right there.
It's the competition cow powder or pig powder.
Yeah.
But here you go.
All right, turn it slowly. Build it up.
Rotate it.
It's ready.
Oh, baby.
Whoa.
Look at that. If that don't get your motor freaking running, I don't know what will.
David Hasselhoff of barbecue right there. I don't care what it is.
David Hasselhoff couldn't carry his jock.
No.
David threw $2 in there. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man.
I don't know. It feels a little warmer out here all of a sudden. It's weird.
Oh, my goodness. Dude. Uncle Steve in the 80s. Dude, I'll take him against anybody. Yeah.
There you go. Thank you. Ron, if that don't make you moist.
I don't know. There we go.
Hashtag moist. Roar. All right. So talk about Fogo real quick.
Yeah. So they're only about an hour from my house, and when I kind of got into Big Green Egg, some of the big guys in the game at the time were using Fogo. So I said, well, let me try it. And I really liked it. I mean, I really liked it. So I started buying it and using it. And, when you're starting out, especially like on Instagram and stuff like that, you want to try and catch the attention of these companies a little bit, so I was always tagging them and just showing that I was using it and everything. And then one day the owner reached out to me and he's like, hey, I understand we live pretty close by. How'd you like to come and be in one of the end of my YouTube videos with me and like do a little food tasting? I was like, I've made it.
I love it. I love it.
It was like, if you want to be in acting and Tom Cruise calls you up, he's like, hey, I got a little part for you. You know what I mean? So, so I went down and we just kind of really hit it off, man. Sebastian, if you ever met Sebastian or talked to him, he's a guy just like us, just a super nice guy. And so we started being in a couple of the end of his videos like that. And then we developed a friendship and I did a couple of egg fests with him and stuff. And then when the pandemic hit, he called me up and he said, listen, we're so busy. I don't have time to make these videos anymore. He says, I'd like to make a couple of videos for us. Yeah, absolutely. So he sent this guy up to film me and we made a couple of videos and they were crap. They were crap, but people liked them, and he said, listen, I don't have time to do this. How'd you like to come on full time and make videos for us? I was like, are you kidding me? How would I like to make YouTube videos for a major charcoal company? Let me see. Okay.
Yeah, right.
So
where do I sign?
Up to the pandemic, my job, I was gone like 3 weeks of the month. I was helping people get out of unwanted timeshares. I was a salesperson. It was a great job because it was really rewarding because I was actually really helping people with something in a legitimate way. Right. And but I traveled all over the country doing that, and I couldn't travel anymore. So when I came along with Fogo, it was just like it was a dream come true for me, and been doing it ever since. And I do love the product. I tried a lot of different charcoals and everything like that. People tell me all the time, like, oh, yeah, you just use Fogo because they pay you. I'm like, no, they pay me because I use Fogo. Right. I love the product. It's a mild flavor and actually really cool. If you want to know more about Fogo, this Sunday, shameless plug, this Sunday, the video that we're releasing at 10 o'clock is actually the story of Fogo. We went down to El Salvador and filmed where the charcoal is made, where it's cut down, where it's everything about it. You'll see it's sustainable. It's just a really cool story. And it's a company I'm really proud to be a part of.
Right on. Well, if any of our mods are paying attention in the chat, will you throw the link to Fogo's YouTube channel in there? You're not doing anything specifically?
What's that?
You're not doing anything on your own specific YouTube channel, are you?
I've started putting some shorts on there and starting to build that up again. I have a couple full length videos on there, but I've seen a lot of people all of a sudden they're building 200,000 subscribers just putting shorts on there. I'm like, I think I better start putting some shorts on YouTube.
Yeah, it's funny.
I've been putting basically my reels that I put on Instagram, I wind up putting on my YouTube channel too.
I do the same thing. I repurpose reels and on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok. Why not? If you made it, you might as well do it. Put it everywhere. Right. There we go. Johnny Mags just put it in the chat. Guys, go ahead and subscribe to Fogo's YouTube channel if you can.
Awesome. Thank you for doing that. I really appreciate that.
No, not at all. It's awesome.
And back to what you were talking about with Fogo 2021, I was down with Ryan Newland and John Barton at the Royal. I was there hanging out with them and Bill Purvis, but they were running the Fogo yellow bag.
Oh yeah.
In the multi-tool, which is the big live fire cooker and everything.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I remember that thing.
Another South Florida guy was with them, Alan Fonte.
Sure.
From MagnaChef. And I'll never forget this. It was Friday night. The guy come by and I'm peddling Al's gloves, like a used car salesman. And this guy come by and he says, I got all kinds of these gloves at my house already. My wife bought me 6 pairs. I said, you don't have these. I made him go over to that multi-tool and pick up about a grapefruit size piece of lit Fogo. And I said, if it burns your hand, here's a crisp $100 bill and I'll give you a free pair of gloves. He held it for about 10 seconds, switched it to the other hand. He goes, well, I can feel the heat. I said, are you getting burnt? He goes, nope. I said, what color pair you want? He said, give me the green ones. And I got sent home. Ryan Newland sent me home with about 6 bags of that Fogo, the yellow bag.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, I love the way it burns.
Yeah.
It burns clean. It is definitely one of the top lumps out there.
Yeah, it's nice because it's the wood is a different wood than everybody else has. It comes out of El Salvador, and just a quick explanation is that they grow coffee beans down there, and they grow these trees called Inglewood trees, and they grow really fast. So it's a different kind of wood. It's not an oak, it's not a hickory, it's not a mesquite, and it's a real mild wood. But the one thing about that yellow bag is, I mean, it's just you can literally get chunks this big in there. I mean, they're huge. There's no doubt that you're getting real wood in there.
That's perfect for that live fire cooking for sure.
Oh yeah.
I told CJ pre-show, I said that yellow bag, I said I literally had some bigger than a softball in it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're huge. I've bought them before. Actually, I think I used like C-Max code or something like that. I was like, I used their affiliate, whatever. And I got the yellow bag and I got the black bag too. And no, it's great product, So it's not, plug it because it's good, man. It's one of those things. Like
it's a quality lump charcoal.
It is quality.
Yeah, I think I think that's something probably all three of us have in common is that if you see me talking about a product and telling you that it's good, it's because I truly believe it's good. Like I turn down products all the time. They're like, oh, you promote this, so I've never used it. Send it to me, and I'll try it out, and if I like it, then we can talk. And there's a lot that I say no to. I'm like, I wouldn't tell my parents to use this. If I wouldn't tell my parents to use it, I'm not going to tell somebody else to use it. So, you can rest assured that I think you guys are the same way. That if we're using a product and promoting it and pushing it, it's probably because it's worth being promoted and pushed. I won't push something that I don't believe in. I just
man. I'm a whore, dude. Just send me anything. I'll pay for it.
Come on, Steve. I need some more shake.
I think I'm gonna do a mini bike here pretty soon. Someone actually hit me up like, "Would you like to advertise or do a review or whatever on our mini bike?" I'm like, "Whoa! Watch me. Do you understand that I would look like a freaking bear on a tricycle or some shit?"
Hell, on my dime, I am flying out. I'll make the reservation to Ontario Airport. You're going to pick me up. I am going to film this because I'm telling you right now.
Get me on the mini bike, baby.
Wait, do you live near like Rancho Cucamonga or something?
That's literally where I live.
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
I live there's like the 15 freeway is our biggest freeway. It's right there. There's the Bass Pro Shops that everybody drives by on the way to Vegas and all that.
Yeah, I've been there a bunch of times.
Yeah. Well, next time you're there.
Yeah. Well, I doubt it. My ex-wife. I used to go there a couple times a year with my ex-wife's company, and I don't see that happening.
Don't do that. I think it'd be awkward for men.
Come out to see you and Eduardo and Adventures of a Fat Guy and
I was gonna have Ed on tonight. I was thinking about it, but he's opening a place with Adventures of a Fat Guy pretty soon, and I think they were working on it today. I'm gonna see him next week at the comp too. He's doing some stuff there, little presentations.
I think he's coming. I'm going to the Open Fire meetup at Alfregoni's in October, and I think he might be going to that too.
Right on. Well, if you could find an invitation for me, I'd love to go out there. So just say. I'll actually be in Texas in October. I don't know what time you're going to be there.
But, let me look into that.
Put a good word in. Look, listen, I'm not afraid to use my friends for clout and get into things. So if I can get on the VIP list via Ron, I'm in.
I'm with you,
Ron. Trust me, use me to get into midget porn. I'm just saying.
Dude, I got a story about that for after the show. Just you'll want to stick around. So whiskey and barbecue. Cheers, brother. I haven't seen you in there forever. Are you guys still putting out? You're not still putting out videos, are you? Are they? Have you? Put it in there, Ron.
Okay, while you're doing that, let me get some of this stuff off my plate.
All right, hold on real quick. I need to Steve, are you okay? Just chilling down there? Okay.
Hey, can I touch on something that's in the chat?
Go for it.
All right. Nigel was asking, do they plant a tree for everyone they cut down? Did you want me to not? Do you want me to wait and you want to touch them?
No, I give CJ shit for being in my chat.
All right, I got you. Do they plant a tree for everyone that they cut down? We don't actually cut down any trees. We've contracted with all the coffee plantations down there, We actually buy their trimmings that they trim, that they're already trimming down. They used to just burn it. So we go and collect all of that. But yes, we do. We actually added over 40,000 trees into the environment last year. We planted over 40,000 trees last year.
So you guys
That's
are
amazing, man.
Repurposing and restocking the.
Exactly. We're taking stuff that was already being cut down. They were already cutting it down. So we just go and collect it all. You know, I'm telling you, 10 o'clock Sunday, check out the video. You're going to be super impressed. It's only like I think it's like a 4 or 5 minute video. It's not a long video. But it shows you the whole process, how they make the charcoal. It's really cool. But yeah, I didn't realize when I started working with them, I mean, they used the word sustainable. We really are. We've added more trees than were cut down last year. That's for sure.
That's awesome,
cool.
dude. Wait, dude, that's you know, it's stuff that you don't think about like that. And like, you know, Nigel asking that question, like I never would have thought to ask that. But I mean, it's, you know, in this day and age and wanting to be environmentally sound and conscious, that's a great idea.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how many people really, you know, want to know that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like Ryan put it here pretty succinctly, dude. It's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, for that question for the 3.5 years we did the hot seat, I'm going to put that up there from a chat question. Is top 2 or 3 all time, right there.
Yeah, that's a really great question. Whiskey and barbecue jumped in there, and I'm just because I asked, so I'm gonna go ahead and read it. It's not, you know, you can give me a break. We got to get back into it slowly. Don't pin flip me just yet. Evan moved about an hour away. Again, got back from the UK and volunteering. That's freaking amazing. Are you gonna smack my hand with that? Is like sister something with the ruler? Wrapped up a military career, and we're gonna try it again. Well, shit, dude. Let me know if there's anything to do to help. Listen, man, and thank you for your service, man. And if there's any vets in the chat, and Ron, I don't know if you're a vet. I don't remember asking that, but you know, any vets in the chat, we love our vets and appreciate all your guys' service. Thank you all. It's awesome.
I was not, but my dad was.
Yeah, my pops was too.
Yeah.
My pops wasn't, but I have one son that was in the Iowa National Guard, and the one who is rebuilding a motorcycle 30 years older than him is will be at Lackland Air Force Base next May.
That's so cool.
Very cool.
I would have done military service, but I had bone spurs, so I couldn't quite make it. So nope, nobody got no one's gonna react to that, huh?
I had
that was the worst set of crickets I've ever had on this freaking channel.
3.5 years, but some things
never change, man. All good, man. All good. All right. Ken, I know you got some questions in there.
Take a break. It's my time.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm gonna step back and let you. I'm gonna pour another drink. Kent, you got the con, dude.
All right. Okay. First one here for you, Ron, is from Mike Began. I hope I'm saying that last name right. He says, Ron, is your new filming location the same location as your old videos? He says, I miss seeing the blue egg.
The blue egg, the old blue egg. You know, actually, no. We moved back in November. My dad had passed, and he lived like 2 miles from me, and we were renting our house, and so we inherited his house. So we were fortunate to have a beautiful home on a little lake to move into, and that's where we film now. It's my new backyard. So about 2 or 3 miles from where we were before.
That is awesome.
Yeah, very, very blessed.
And I tell you what, when I was there in late May, early June, I was hoping to be able to get with you and get down your way. So we are going on a tour, kids.
Oh boy, it's covered in charcoal right now, but I'll give you a little quick glimpse. You don't get to see him very often.
Do not.
Let's see here.
Fans room, please.
There she is. The famous blue egg. You see her?
And Ron, just so you know, I am inheriting a new to me BGE.
All right.
There's only
nice.
after every time you clean it, you have to piece it back together.
How do you mean?
The inner ceramic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, somebody knocked it over and broke it.
Oh, you know what? They're not expensive. That's not expensive to replace.
And I haven't got it yet. One of my guys at work have it.
Did he?
His father recently passed, and he's inherited all his grills. And he's
Gotcha.
like, he got this from our employer. Hey,
Nice.
Shane, what's up, buddy? There's another Florida boy. He's in Melbourne.
Who is it?
Melbourne. Never trust Skinny Chef Shane.
Oh.
We
need to connect.
He does a lot of paramotor stuff now.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah, connect with me either here or Instagram, something like that. Let's connect. I love connecting with other Florida people.
I've met Shane several times when we've been down in Florida. Him and his wife Krista have become good friends of ours.
Uh-huh.
But so yeah, I might have to see if I can get a replacement part once, and I'm probably picking it up tomorrow.
Where do you live?
I'm in Iowa. I have a BG dealer here in town.
Okay.
So the local Ace Hardware carries it.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Hey, you know, if you're getting the grill for free to spend $125 on new ceramics, that's a pretty damn good investment.
For that big a Kamado style grill.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure, but it might be the XL.
Cool. Very nice.
So,
very nice.
All right. Comment for you here from somebody you met that's in the chat, Tom's Food Factory up in Ohio.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I met Ron at Ohio Egg Fest. He's the most helpful, honest person I've met. He's honest and real. Well, Tom, that's only because you haven't met me yet. Don't get your...
Yeah, that was just the first day he met me too. Remember that, you know, he didn't get to know me, but but you know what? Actually, it's kind of funny. I'm glad that I said the same thing before. Just a super nice guy, real nice guy. I find most of the community is.
We had Tom on the hot seat. CJ, I believe, was that with? I think that's when Make-A-Wish was at your house and I interviewed Tom.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was right.
Let's see here. I know I got at least one more. I actually have one from Christy's Cooking and Lifestyle channel, but we're going to leave that to the end for Tom because it's kind of a rocky question, if you get what I mean, CJ. Almost called you Steve.
Yeah, I have it. I have it on the list too. So
okay, I'll let you ask that one then.
Yeah. All right. Any more from the chat?
God, I thought I had one more. Did I miss one?
You know, if anybody out there ever has BGE questions or barbecue questions or anything like that, I try to be super accessible. You know, like I answer everything. Like my Instagram, I don't have a little circle with a number because I answer everything every day. You know, so if anybody has any questions about anything with Fogo or Big Green Egg or anything about barbecue, I love talking this stuff. Like I was so happy the day when you asked me to be on. I love sitting here and just talking this stuff. You know, I mean, I really do. I really truly enjoy it.
Oh, dude, it's. So, I'm so glad you're able to make it tonight.
Yeah, definitely.
So if they ever want to reach out, hit me here or Instagram. Instagram's probably the best, or Facebook or whatever.
Right on. All right, Dutch, you good? Can I jump back in?
I suppose I'll allow it.
All right. You're so kind, and
I'm a giver. That's what I do.
It's true. You are.
I'm love, and I give you shit.
It's you know, I get it. I understand. I mean, it's just
Skinner Farms says they're picking up. Skinner Farms says they're picking up a Weber Smoky Mountain and a Santa Maria. Those Weber Smoky Mountains are badass grills, man. Those things are super efficient. They're good grills. And those Santa Marias,
they are.
You know. You want to talk about a badass cook?
Sure.
Wish I had a picture of it here. The Blake. It is a backline fab Brooks drum smoker.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, I'm in love with that thing. And it'd be similar to a Gateway. Similar, because they have the same intake tubes. But what Ryan Newland did to that Brooks line drum, It is my new brisket cooker.
Yeah, it's a cool little cooker, dude.
I took the one I've been using for the past 4 years to cook brisket, just became my rib cooker. Old Faithful got demoted because of that Brooks Line drum.
It's tough to beat some drum ribs.
I will send you a picture of it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, that thing sparkles 10 times more in person than it does on the picture.
That's cool.
Even though it cost me a lot of grief to get that one.
Oh boy.
My CFO was unabused. But like my said, it's easier as forgiveness than it is permission.
In almost every case.
Words I live by.
Yeah.
CJ, your break's over. Get back to work, please. We don't have to do this the first night.
I was just texting Purvis. Let's see where he's at. I have some kind of questions that I don't think they take a lot of thought for you, man. But favorite thing about social media and the worst thing about social media for you?
My favorite thing about social media is when I turned it off. I'm turning it off right now.
I like it.
No, you know what? What I love about social media is we get to connect with anybody that we can. You know, like when I came on, Dutch was teasing me about Tina Cannon's work. You know what I said, man? I saw a woman on Netflix, and I went onto her Instagram account, and I reached out to her, and she answered, and we're like best of friends now. I mean, we're literally best of friends. I've made so many great friends. Look at you guys. I made friends with you guys through social media. You know, I mean, it's one of those things that people forget that it's called social media.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
true.
Don't just post your own shit and then expect to expect great things. You know, you got to go on there and, you know what, maybe comment on somebody else's stuff once in a while. You know what I mean? Be social. That's what it's for, man. For me, that's the fun part about it. I like the social aspect of it. I go in, I answer if I do a post, if there's a comment, man, I'm making a reply to it. Somebody took the time to make a comment on one of my posts, I'm going to give them the respect and give them a reply too, and not just a thanks. You know what I mean? I try and put a little bit of thought into everything and give a little witty answer, you know. But I love it because it gets to it's given me social media has given me an entire different career. I tell everybody, like, what do you do for a living? I'm like, I'm 54 years old and I'm a barbecue and social media barbecue influencer. What? I said, yeah, it's just more proof that the world has gone completely and totally fucking mad. You know what I mean?
I say the same shit, dude. I'm a fat, bald, middle-aged YouTuber. That is my freaking job, dude.
Yeah, Rashid Phillips. He was on the show with Tina. Actually, he does a lot of
barbecue guy.
So I met him at Memphis in May. We were talking and everything. I said, hey, listen, if you ever need a middle-aged, overweight, fat guy on your show, just let me know. I'm happy to do it. You know, I mean.
Well, wait a minute, Ron. Just because you're wearing a Dolphins jersey does not mean you were a football player. And I know that shirt's from '72.
So, last time we won anything.
So, quick question. Okay, you mentioned your age. When's your birthday?
November 15th, 1969.
Bitch got me by 45 days.
I
too, and two of us on this screen can say we are 60s babies. Neither one of us remember the 60s. Because
hey, man, if you remember the 60s, you weren't there, man.
Shit.
Hey, I was around for 36 hours.
I was going to say, man, I was a month and a half in the 60s.
Yeah. You got me by 6 weeks.
Oh, man.
All right, so social media, we're good with that.
Yeah.
Now this is a terribly personal question. I hope you don't mind.
I don't mind.
What's a night out with Ron? What's date night like with Capt'n Ron? What are we doing?
Man, I'm
wait. I'm gonna call Tina and find out.
Call Tina.
Man, you know, it's changed a lot. So I haven't had a drink of alcohol in almost 9 years. So I don't go out on the town like I used to. I don't do any of that stuff anymore, you know. But you know, we really enjoy to go to a nice dinner these days. You know, we eat home a lot. So when we do go out, we try to go to a decent place now, not just go get something local. And you know, we're trying to find a decent place to go out. So, you know, it's kind of boring.
Nice. Well, I mean, that's
boring,
that's probably just a shit question. Sorry.
No, it's not at all. It's actually a really good question. That's making me think. I like questions that make me think a little bit, you know. But you know, my kids are local, you know, so I'm always trying to do stuff with them. And my daughter still lives with us. She's 23, and so I try and spend a lot of time with her. They lived with their mom for a couple of years, so when they came back to live with me, it's one of those things I never want to miss a moment of time that they want to spend. You know what I mean? And you know, my girlfriend and I have so many similar interests, so we're always out doing stuff. We go to a lot of concerts. We go to a lot of, you know, local shows. We go to plays. We like to go out and do stuff. We're doers. You know what I mean? We really enjoy getting out and doing things and getting life experiences. You know?
I do. Well, that's I'm the same way. Right?
Yeah.
My Trent Kent knows my oldest son Trent. He's sitting in the living room right now watching the game, just chilling. You know, he's 23. Like, he could be doing anything right now. He's just hanging out. He's eating the tri-tip that I made. Like, he's such a good kid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
what game's on?
You're welcome, bud. Here I'm like Trent. Trent said thanks.
I must really love you guys because the Dolphins are on right now.
The Dolphins are on right now.
Oh, hold on. It is my job when we do this on Thursday nights.
Oh yeah, the scores. I don't know. It's preseason. The scores don't matter, right? He's watching baseball.
The Bears crushed the Ravens today. It means nothing. Preseason means nothing.
Hey, but the Bears are going to be good this year because they got.
They are going to be good this year. My girlfriend Liz, she's a monster Bears fan.
They are still going to finish. Them and the Vikings are going to battle for who's the bottom of the NFC North.
I'll tell you why they're going to have a bad year, CJ. Is because they're on hard knocks. Oh shit!
It's kind of like the.
Can you still hear me? Okay.
Yeah, you're good. You sound great. You actually sound better now.
Oh really?
Yeah.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
That hard knocks is a kiss of death.
Yeah.
It's kind of like being on the cover of Madden.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's hear. All right. Here's another kind of deep question for you. Like,
all right.
If you could go back to when you first started this social media bullshit, what's one thing you'd tell yourself that you've learned, that you're hardened, you're a vet now? What would you go tell your rookie self?
Be true to yourself. Teach people. Help people.
Right.
Be yourself and teach people. Help others. You know what? I found in every aspect of my life, every time I stop worrying about me and try and help others, not change you, but just help pass on some knowledge that I might have that you may not, or something like that.
Yeah.
Every aspect of my life that I do that in, it just excels. It just goes better. You know what I mean? I get a great, like, one thing I love, okay, and you can relate to this. When you do a YouTube and you cook a recipe or you give a how-to on the grill or something like that, you know, and people come in and they go, oh man, I was about to give up on cooking chicken because I couldn't get it. And finally now you taught me how to cook a chicken. Yeah, there you go. Number one video we ever did. Awesome. 1.1 million views.
All right. Guys, you're talking about be yourself and being true to yourself and having a good personality. Listen, guys, if you want to see personality, watch Ron's videos on Fogo channel, or watch the social media. Dude, you have one of the best personalities out there, and you look like you're having fun, and I'm sure you are. It's not an act, and people really respond to that. It's amazing to me.
People know when you're being natural, when you're not. You know, I mean, people can pick up on it. You know, and I'm blessed because just like you and you know, we have the ability to get out in front of people and talk to people and be in front of people. You know, and it's not something that everybody can do. It's not easy. You know,
no.
You know, I love some of my old friends like from high school and stuff. They're like, oh my God, you got the best job. One video a week. What do you work, like 1 or 2 days a week? I'm like, bitch, I work more than you do. You know
yeah, exactly.
This doesn't happen by accident.
Stop it.
Yeah, it's 1 or 2 days if there's 30 to 36 hours in a day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. You know, man, there's a lot of work that goes into this stuff. You know, these videos, they don't script themselves. The recipes don't write themselves. They don't get planned themselves, you know. And not only that, I'm out here and literally it's 100 degrees out here. And like I think I told you earlier, it was the other day it was like 98 degrees and it was like 92% humidity. Dude, we couldn't even walk out you walk out of the house and your shirt is wet. Yep. You know, I mean, I spent the next day in bed because it was brutal, man. I was so dehydrated, man. And it's not a complaint. It's not a complaint. It's just a fact of what happens, you know.
Look, and to your testament, Ron, we had a cook-off 2 weeks ago today. The heat index up here in Iowa was 114, and it was 96% humidity. And everybody's like, why is it so humid in Iowa? Well, take a look. Crops emit.
Sure.
You know, it's, you know, we're not Arizona. We're not California. A few years back when I was out at visiting CJ, when we met up with AB and Marion, and we were sitting out back. Normally he films outside. We were sitting out back there by the fire pit. Of course, it wasn't going. And my phone popped off on me, and it says tomorrow in Rancho, it'll be 10 degrees cooler than today, only 91 degrees. And I was like, it was 100 degrees out here today.
Yeah, it's totally different out here.
It felt so different because of the humidity.
Yeah.
You know, in Florida, you can damn near set your watch to about 4 p.m.
Sure.
It's raining.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. Here it used to be 2:30 in the afternoon. Like literally, you could set your watch by it. You know, crazy.
So many times when we were in Orlando, went over to Daytona or to Clearwater, and about 4 o'clock, head for the car. It's raining.
Yeah.
You know, and I lived in Clearwater, St. Pete in the late 80s.
You did?
Yeah. I was
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I used to.
All right, guys. Hey, let's get it back on track here.
All right.
We're tangenting a little too much. Come on, guys.
All right.
We're gonna ask. I'm gonna ask this question just because Dutch and I talked about it, and I don't know if we asked it when you were on the first one, but if you were stuck on a deserted island with me,
yes.
What body part are you cutting off to live off of? I fucking hate this question.
What part of CJ are you throwing on the big green egg?
Because you bring your big green egg to a deserted island. I hate this question. I really don't.
Are you a righty or a lefty?
I'm a righty.
You're a righty? I'm going with the left. I'm going with the left leg.
The left leg. All right.
Left leg. Yep. Lots of meat on there. The right leg is taking the brunt of the abuse for being the your major leg there. You know, so I'm gonna go with the left leg. It's probably the most tender, and I think I could probably feed myself for a couple of days off of that thing.
Yeah, it's got some girth, man.
2 answers that rank all time with me on that question. And I forget who said it, but they're like, I'm going for the ham. They're like,
the ham hock.
I'm carving up a butt cheek and putting it on the cook.
And then the number one answer, the answer that gets everybody.
His heart.
This is the heart. We asked Charlie from Pickles Barbecue that question. He said, I'll take his heart. I'm like, fuck me.
Yeah, CJ didn't even get the question out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Well, we could eat for days off of CJ's monster heart. He's got such a big heart.
There you go. I like it.
His heart.
His heart.
Now, CJ and I were both like
there's nowhere you can go after that.
Well, what I wanted to say was going to probably lose me a bunch of followers. So, man.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
No, those are not Rocky Mountain oysters.
Stop it. Okay, now let's. Dutch, I'll let you ask that last question. All right, but I want to do a lightning round. All right, so that we're coming up on the end of our questions for you, Ron.
I remember this. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna do the lightning round. Okay.
Wait, let's get my buzzer ready if Ron's wrong.
All right, go.
All right.
All right. Flats or drums?
Flats.
Attaboy. Strawberry or grape jelly?
Strawberry. No, grape. No, strawberry or grape jelly. Yeah. Yes. Grape.
Strawberry.
Grape.
All right. Boxers or briefs?
What's that?
That's an answer. Right there. See, I see what you did there. All right. Surf or turf?
Yep.
Both. I like it. You're not a drinker anymore, so I'm not gonna ask that question. Beer.
That's
liquor,
right. You can ask it.
Beer or liquor?
Liquor.
Liquor. All right. Lump or briquettes?
Lump.
Lump. Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Savory. All right.
I don't know, man. My girlfriend makes brownies every night, so
let's walk that back.
Can I combine those?
Sure. It's your question. You do whatever you want with it.
Protein. Beef, sweet or savory?
Savory.
Yeah.
Pork.
Yeah.
Pork.
That's a tough one, man. I'd have to go with savory on that as well.
You know what you need to try on your new Asado grill or whatever is
what's that?
Ribs. Throw some baby backs or some St. Louis ribs over the live fire. It's fucking magical.
I made
little salt, pepper, garlic, a little cumin.
Yep.
Grilled lime on top.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And you leave that membrane on, it gets nice and crispy on the bottom. Yep. Brother, man. That's
Dude, I did a video on it.
I
did a video on it, and people gave me so much shit about leaving the membrane on. There you go. Magic ribs. There you go. Sweet and savory, baby. There you go.
Yeah.
All right. Last question from you, and then we'll give it to Dutch. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
No. Good Lord.
Right.
Good Lord, no. But put some ham and some pineapple in a calzone. Now you're talking.
Okay. Ron,
about it.
I want you to try this one time.
Okay.
Italian sausage, ham, Canadian bacon, call it what you want, pineapple, in a calzone. You obviously have a tomato-based sauce in there, correct?
Sure.
What's the difference between that and a fucking pizza?
No, my calzones, I don't have any red sauce in my calzones. It's just ricotta, mozzarella, seasonings, and then whatever fillings I want to put in it.
Try the Italian sausage, the Canadian bacon, and pineapple on a pie.
Okay.
Try it once for me.
I'm in. So I'm going to let you know, okay? I will eat pineapple on a pizza, okay? But if you gave me a list of toppings, it would be on the bottom. I would go sausage, meatball, pepperoni, peppers, onions, things like that. I don't dislike pineapple on a pizza. It doesn't do it for me. You know what I mean? It's okay.
I was always a pepperoni meat lovers guy, blah, blah, blah. My stepdad came from Chicago and brought this to Northwest Iowa with him. And right now, if somebody looks at me and says, you have to eat one pizza for the rest of your life, it's Italian sausage, Canadian bacon, and pineapple.
Ain't nothing wrong with that except for the pineapple.
There's nothing wrong with being wrong.
Yeah, it's true.
Hey, but I'm a big pineapple fan though, so it's kind of hard because we just made. Have you seen the thing kind of going around the ribs wrapped around
the pineapple? Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something. We just made that, man, and I used some tropical kind of rubs. I used Lane's Kapalua, and I used Grill Girl Robin's. It's got a citrusy rub. But then my buddy Red Dirt Rich has come out with a new citrus sauce, barbecue sauce. Let me tell you something. We cooked them, and I chopped up some pineapple and put it on top of the ribs. We gave it to 5 different people. 4 of them said, that's the best damn rib I've ever had in my entire life. It was so freaking good, man. Ron,
Ron, and it's kind of gone away now, but about 10 years ago on the Captain circuit, when people were wrapping their ribs, they were using pineapple juice for the enzymes and everything to help make the ribs more tender.
Sure. Yeah, because it's going to break. It's the acids in the pineapple juice is going to break down the ribs more. Sure, I can see that.
5 years ago on the KCBS circuit, the brisket that was winning, they called it pot roast brisket because it tasted like a pot roast, because that's what the judges at the time were looking for.
Yeah.
I know guys that are chasing the new profile the judges are looking for to this day. My buddy Kyle Kuhn from Hot Daddies, he's like, I haven't scored better than 4th in brisket ever since the judges went away from wanting a pot roast brisket.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I got a buddy who always places real well in brisket, and all of a sudden this year he's like, I can't buy a call in briskets.
What's his team name, Ron?
Tillman, Tillman's Barbecue, Lee Tillman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's another one. Lives 5 miles from here. I got a good group of people who live fairly close by here.
Perfect. So, all right, Ron. Let me get to the last question I have for you.
Okay.
Miss Christie wants to know, and I'll spread this out more than just barbecue, but go back to, and I think you answered it for us before on the show, but your Mount Rushmore of people, whether it be cooks, whatever, that have inspired you and gotten you into cooking, you know, someone up there that that made a difference for you in cooking and what you do.
Wow. Okay. Well, probably I'm going to start with the most recent, probably, because I've been really delving into live fire cooking, and Mr. Al Fragoni has helped me so much, and he's just the nicest damn guy. I don't know if you guys have ever met him or talked to him or anything like that. He's just the nicest freaking guy, but he's super knowledgeable, and he has a way of explaining things, even with his heavy accent. He has a way of explaining things that make me go, oh yeah, I get that. I totally get it. You know, so I'd say I'd probably put him up there. You know, Mel, Dark Side of the Grill, you know, he's grown into this monster account. But when I came on the Big Green Egg scene, he was kind of one of the guys with the Big Green Eggs that was growing at the time too. And we really helped each other a lot. And I love to see the success that he's having now.
Wait, Ron, I should have clarified this. It's Mount Rushmore. Canadians don't count.
Oh, okay.
I
thought it was Mount Rushmore A. Sorry.
Yeah, Mount Rushmore A. Awesome. I love Mel.
You know, boy, that's a tough one, man. There's been so many great people along the way that have helped me out. I don't want to, you know, kind of one of them I'd have to go with. This might not be a popular answer, but Guy Fieri. He's just shown me how to put personality.
Dude's my hero, baby.
You know, and not only that, what he gives back to the world. I mean, I don't know if people know too much about like what he does and like that. The man gives back and gives back and gives back. Nice. What do you got there?
I'm part of the Flavor Town community now. And like behind me, I got freaking his that's a cigar box with his signature on it.
Sweet.
I buy his cigars. I have his knives.
Sweet.
Like seriously, my goal in life is to meet that guy. He's my favorite guy.
Yeah. I was in Chicago. Okay, I was on vacation in Chicago last year, and I was supposed to help my friend down here cook in the South Beach Wine and Food Festival in the burger contest. They're friends. He's done diners and drives and dives. This guy's restaurant and everything like that. This guy told me, you come. Guy is going to be coming and hanging out with us that night. I flew back from Chicago for one night to cook in the South Beach Food and Wine Festival to meet Guy Fieri, and he never showed up. I was like, son of a bitch, man.
Dude, Fieri's my hero. I want to meet that guy so bad.
Yeah, you know. And I think probably my last person I put up there is Daddy Dutch.
Yeah, of course.
Get out of here.
Come on, man. With a good-looking guy like that, how could you not?
How could you not?
For the napkins.
Oh, yeah.
Allegedly borrowed from a Guy Fieri restaurant. And
it's not Fieri, it's Fieri.
Fieri.
Hey, I'm from the Midwest, and I almost swore there.
Hey, forget about it.
No, not that one.
This is from his new sports bar in the Horseshoe.
That's cool.
Oh, did that go? See,
I steal napkins from his restaurants.
That's
oh, there you go. That's a collector's item right there.
That's very cool.
Yeah,
I got a way that I'm going to meet him. I know a guy I went to high school with.
Kids, it doesn't fit my hand.
You know what they say about guys with big hands?
Yeah, big gloves.
Big gloves. That's right. Damn it. But my buddy down here, he used to make tacos for his friends. His friends like, you should open a restaurant. So he opened up a little restaurant. Now he owns this big giant chain of taco restaurants down here called Rocco's Tacos. Right. And somehow he's become good friends with Guy Fieri. And Guy Fieri, like when they're having the South Beach Food and Wine Festival, he goes up there and he bartends at this guy's restaurant. And I told him, I said, Rocco, next time he comes, you need to get me in. I just want to meet him. I don't care about anything. I just want to take his hand and meet him, you know? So
he was in Sioux City where I was at earlier today, with my buddy who punched ticket to the World Food Championship.
Nice.
But and I've been sending CJ pictures half the day because Dave Anderson was there and so was Harry Sue. And I missed when Guy was here at the Orpheum. I would have paid because you can get your regular ticket and then you get the ticket to sit off to the side of the stage and eat all the food. Yeah, I'm hoping he comes back because I will be the first SOB with the ticket.
That's cool. That's cool. He just seems like a great guy. I've tried to do a couple of we did a YouTube down at my buddy's place down called Apocalypse Barbecue down in Miami. I kind of did a diner drivers in styles. I inherited a nice car from my dad, so I pull up in my red sports car, get out. Hey, everybody! Yeah, we're here, Captain, and this is Apocalypse Barbecue. So
love it.
All right, hey guys, I know we can sit here and talk all night, but unfortunately, we're gonna move on to part 2. Ron, you're welcome to stick around if you want. I can put you in a room. You can hang out if you want. It's up to you. I'll bring you back. Sure. I'm gonna put you down for a hot minute. I'm gonna bring in Uncle Steve. Let him talk about a little giveaway he wants to do.
Cool.
We'll say hi to Uncle Steve, and then Bill Purvis, Chicken Fried BBQ, is sitting in the chat right now.
Nice.
So, message me if you need you want to add in or join in or whatever, and if not, I'm just gonna keep you low. Okay.
Yeah, man. Thank you, guys. Hey, thanks so much for having me on. Everybody who made comments or questions or anything like that, thank you so much. Hit me up on Fogo Charcoal. Please follow, and Capt'n Ron 302, just like it's on the screen. Please follow, and then hit me up. I love to talk. I love to socialize. I love to chat.
And I put your Facebook page link in the video description, so you guys check on that. I didn't put the Instagram. Sorry about that.
No, that's all right.
But
that's great.
Dude, you guys get in there. Make sure you're following Capt'n Ron. He's the freaking stud, man. Man, he's got great hair. Ron, thank you for coming on and blessing us and with our first hot seat back. I'm going to put you in the green room, and then we'll bring you back or whatever as we go. And if you need anything, just message me, and I'll bring you back up.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks so much, guys.
You got it, brother.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. Uncle Steve has been sitting patiently for like the last hour while Kent droned on and on and on. Look at that, dude. That's a dope little jersey you got there, Steve.
Man, I got this. It's got a patch there on the back. Let's see here.
Yeah,
Uncle Steve, look at that.
Please stick it up.
That is very
cool.
Now,
it hangs right next to my Hawaiian shirt, so
that's so cool.
Gotta keep them. Gotta keep going.
Well, as you guys know, Uncle Steve has been not only a partner and a sponsor over the years. He's a friend. He's a guy that we see at least once a year, if not more. Yep. And broke bread at his house. We love his kids, love his family. So, guys, UncleSteveShake.com. I have it linked in the video description. Check it out for all your needs, especially for yeah, exactly. I got mine too.
I love it. Oh, that's
great. Steve is actually the one that's responsible for getting the West Coast Shake built for me. We put it together over the years. It was damn near 2 years ago, I think.
And that's when the idea first came up. Yeah. And it's doing a constant well. And with seasonings that come and go, y'all talked about how everybody's kind of in search of the new thing.
Yeah.
And it's the same way with seasonings. You search for that new seasoning, the new hot, when your seasoning's good when it continues. After you make it through that first round of all your friends buying it and everybody, oh, that's new, I want to try it. And then the orders keep coming in and the sales maintain it. See, I got it right there too. It keeps going. And that's one of the ways we know that it's a keeper. It's good. It's good. Let me do something real quick. Come here, do you want to get on? Stevie is with me this weekend. She's not feeling well. But come on over.
Hi, sweetheart.
She's down there. You remember Kent and CJ? Okay.
She's like, yeah, I remember.
She's not feeling that. No, she does, but she's not feeling that well.
Poor baby.
Listening to Ron, Ron's a great guy. I haven't seen as much of him, but he's a great guy. And Ron, if you're still in there, you're awesome, dude.
He's in there.
Talking about some of the things and be yourself and enjoy it. I've kind of gone on a mental thank you tour over the past I don't know, 6 months or so, because I look at this and I'll tell you, the seasoning company has made me rich. That's what I'm getting to. Not in money. It brings in a little bit of money, most of which I put back into it or give back out from it. Sending out, donating, volunteering, doing what I can everywhere. And occasionally I save up to buy a cool shirt or two and have some friends come and enjoy a little barbecue. But, I feel like the luckiest guy in the world. I don't work for anybody but me, has my name on it. I don't make anything that I don't like. If I don't like it, I'm not going to make it. If I get 100 people saying, hey, I really want one of these, if I don't like it, I'm not going to make it. And that's the cool part. And the day I don't want to make it, I won't make it. But it's too much fun. And like I said, it makes me rich in friends. It makes me rich in experiences, the contacts that I get. And it brings in a little, I'm not losing money on it. I'll put it that way. So.
I was hoping the West Coast Shake would help you retire. It's just not as popular.
It's all in there, and that's the thing. The more I do of this, and because it still doesn't even, it's not like work. Yeah, it's still just pumping out good stuff. There's a couple days I'm like, I need to go mix about 700 or 800 pounds. Oh man! I wait 30 minutes. I'm in the mood. I get out and I go knock it out. But again, the people that I've met, everything that goes through, and it feels good to know that people like what you're making.
Yes, sir.
Still a single dad of 3 awesome girls, one in high school, one in middle school, one in elementary school. So the first, from 6:15 in the morning until 8:15, I'm getting people ready for school, driving carpool, smiling and waving, and cussing people in the carpool line. Because I am that guy. I will tell you, I am that guy.
There you go. That's so cool.
He is also, during that 2.5 hour time span, remembering to get dressed himself. Thank God.
Yeah.
I throw something on. Yeah. I'm up to 16 flavors now, and I was sitting thinking, my very first show was yours. Yeah, the very first podcast, and I'm sure it was. And we tried, and I managed to scrub through it. I go back and look at it now just to learn from it. But that's why the views keep going up and up. But I'll back then I think I was 4 flavors. I was chugging along, and now it comes up if something sounds good, and I'm probably going to stop at 16 because that's how many fit in a box.
Gotcha.
And I had, and then what else is it? But we covered all the beginning stuff. Then we went to the comp series with the competition cow, competition pig, and competition bird. And I know we want the powder. The last 4 that I've done for anyone that hadn't, that hadn't been around watching, you highlighted one. You did this. We talked about it. You gave me some stuff to put in it and some certain percentages. I tweaked it up. It's a West Coast shake. It is an awesome, I call it a Cali Tex-Mex.
Yeah.
I have people throwing this on their competition ribs and brisket now like you say, in search of a little bit different flavor.
Right.
Came up on another crawfish season. I did the Texas Cajun. And the Texas Cajun, you eat it, it's exactly what it says. It's Cajun, but you can taste a little Texas in there too.
I was telling you about that one. I have a 1 million view video on Facebook with Texas Cajun right now.
Right. See, and I love it. It's not too much of anything. And again, it just, to me, when I think of the word Texas Cajun, that's what it tastes like. Yes, SPG is one of those slow growers because there's 1,000 different SPGs out there. Mm-hmm. But you look at them, they're all not salt, pepper, garlic because they're all different colors and shades. We have a little bit extra in here. The main point is no added sugar and no MSG for those people that don't want it. Now, to be honest, MSG tastes good, but but this is actually what a lot of people are using for first layer. and following it with the Magic Ribs. Magic Ribs took off better than I ever expected. The only thing that ever took off bigger than the Magic Ribs was Gator Shake. Because at that time, it was so far out there, there was nothing at all like it. And to be honest, there's still nothing like the Gator Shake. But the Magic Ribs, I'm loving it. We talked a little bit about a giveaway.
Yes, sir.
When it's time to do it, the giveaway is going to be 4 big bottle pack of all the new ones. We can call it the new package. Everything that I just showed, that's what we're going to give out.
Okay,
so,
cool.
And I already have a good question for it.
Go for it.
That y'all will both know.
Wait.
Yep.
Let me get in the chat. Am I eligible?
No. No, y'all aren't eligible because y'all know the answers.
Kathy.
No, because it's too obvious to you, especially Kent. On one of our flavors, which CJ loves to talk about, my thick meat.
Thick meat.
Thick meat. Don't do it. Okay. There is a small little runner on top of the thick meat that says gold package. What in truth, what is that now? Yeah. What is that gold package referring to?
I know. I mean, I know it, but
they may not. Well, we've told it a few times, and
is
if nobody gets it,
familiar with Steve's gold package.
If nobody gets it, then I'll ask an easy question. But hold on. Good. Hey, Mike, good. I love it.
That's cool.
But yeah, you talk about things that this has allowed me to do. I just finished working on we have our gift packs. And if you're looking for a Christmas gift, a company gift, our gift packs are 12 bottles, mini bottles. They're about that big. You get to pick the flavors. I custom do labels if you need to. I just finished a 70 gift pack order for, they told me I can't say it yet, one of the big 2 golf associations in the world that's having a big tournament. They ordered them for gifts.
Good. Steve, can I ask a question?
Yes.
That big golf association, does it rhyme with 54?
No.
Yeah. What you're
Does it?
In Roman numerals is 54 because that's how many holes they play.
Yes. Okay. Yes. I didn't even know that. I'm a shade tree golfer and a liquor cart golfer. But yes. Anyway,
definitely a liquor cart golfer.
We finished those and I looked at them and I was like, geez, I should have charged more. These look nice. But doing the custom labels for anything, I have a ball with that. I sit and do the artwork on the computer. We print our own labels. They follow all the guidelines they need to follow. They're all good. And but it's allowed me to do things like that and kind of spread the word. People I'm going to meet. I know on Facebook right now, there's one of the millions of new spice companies that's running do you own a barbecue restaurant? We'll custom your bottle. We'll do this. And at first I'm like, hey, I do that. But it's all in all. They put their stuff in it, which I do. So there's plenty of room. It's not going to knock any fun off of me. Oh, look who got it.
That's a little
look.
there.
That's congratulations.
It's
Anthony,
great.
Go ahead.
It's great for all of us with teenage sons.
That's right. That is correct. That is the gold package. And Anthony, your winning prize will be sent out. Actually, you just had some stuff go out early this morning for your cook team. And that's one of the things. I get to meet people through sponsoring their cook teams. And I'm tight on the money because, again, I got a girl in high school that thinks that daddy's made of money and that it just falls out of my pockets. I may not send you a big check, But if you're a cook team and you're moving up the ladder, I'm going to send you anything that we have, as long as you're walking. Yes, yeah, buddy.
I'm doing a comp next week with Anthony and Jared and all them guys, and I'm on tri-tip for the comp. And
the 23rd.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'll be using I'm using cow powder and West Coast shake on the tri-tip, I think. So
I believe that's what was just in the box that I sent out.
Yeah. So
2 massive bags of it.
Yeah, I think we're gonna be good to go. That
good.
I did, like I said, I did test runs today, and the tri-tip was amazing. So
good.
But I'll say so myself.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it was. But I also I picked up, and I cannot remember the name of it. I picked up a mom and pop grill shop up in Iowa.
Okay.
Thyron called me today and said, "Hey, Uncle Steve, and I blanked out, but here's a lady. They own it. Talk to her." And so we're going to get that set up. I love mom and pop shops. I have some special deals for mom and pop shops just to get them started that are unheard of, completely unheard of. Because again, I'm not doing it to get rich, and I only have one employee I really have to pay, and that's me. I yes, sir.
No, you got 2 now.
I got 2.
You have your head bottle cap installer. Who we just.
That's it. She's sick right now.
But that's okay.
But any mom and pop shops or people, if you get tired of paying that shipping, you have a mom and pop shop that's close to you, send them my way. I'll talk to them. We'll see if we can't jump in. Big box stores, I've had the chances, and I'm just not into it. I'd rather stick with fun people. I'm 60 years old now. I'm not going to live forever. I want to meet some nice people. I want to have some fun. I want to get a great product out there that has allowed me to meet three, more than 3. And if Papa Texas was here, I'd say 4. But 3 of the nicest guys that I've ever met in my life that have become great friends, CJ, Kent, and Johnny Maggs is somewhere around there. Tomorrow's Sunday, so he's not tossing letters. There they are. Man. And I wouldn't trade any of that for the world. The seasoning took off right during COVID, right after a pretty rough divorce. And I'm going to tell you, between the seasoning and getting to meet all these people, made it a lot easier for the tough times. And now times are a little better.
I love it, dude. It's a hell of a story, brother.
Yeah. I couldn't. You asked, I'll throw this in real quick. You asked Ron what he would change, or what he might do differently when he just started. Right. And I thought, well, if he asked me that question, what am I going to say? And not a damn thing.
Not a damn thing. Attaboy.
I dove in off the high board. I started making stuff gradually. I started meeting people, and I wouldn't change a thing because of that butterfly effect. No telling what it'd make me. No telling where I'd be right now. And I'm too happy where I am.
I love it. Well, listen, Steve. I'm gonna go ahead and bring Bill in. He's been waiting patiently.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get you in here and say hi and
I love it. I appreciate it.
Let you do the giveaway. David Embry, one of the new channel members. I just messaged you, so check your messages.
Cool.
Let's see here. Ron had to jump off. His iPad died, so we won't be bringing Ron back in. Bill, I'm gonna bring you up in a sec. So don't go anywhere. And then Ron needs a package, so I'm gonna send you his address. Okay.
Yeah,
he
talking about me
a while ago.
Tell when Bill gets in, tell him I love him to death. I'll gladly trade him some rib lessons for some microwave popcorn lessons.
All right,
I love it.
Thanks so much for jumping on. Are you gonna stick around in the green room, or are you gonna jump off?
I'm gonna jump off and hit the chat because I'm gonna take care of the little sick girl. Yes, sir.
Okay, one thing from Shane, never trust skinny chef Shane over in Melbourne.
Yep.
Said, tell Steve, thank you again for the 100 bottles of original for the fly-in for Gage for his son with the labels. It's greatly appreciated.
Hey, always. That's, like I said, I don't do this to get rich. Any house was any bigger, I'd spend all day having to clean it. It fits me just fine.
Yeah.
I do this for the experience, the rich and friends. That's all. Plenty of people to carry my box and sing a song when they're lowering me down. So y'all get Bill on here and rough him up a little bit. He's had it too easy the past 5 years.
I know, man. He makes this competition cooking look easy. It's
not fair. It's just not fair.
And he's good looking and has a full head of hair.
I bet he can dance too. I bet he's a hell of a dancer.
Oh yeah.
All right, you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Steve. We'll talk.
I'll see y'all soon.
All right, bro. See
ya. David on Facebook, so check it out there. All right, let's bring in our next guest here, Bill Purvis, Chicken Fried BBQ. We got the sign up. Bill, thank you so much for being patient and waiting. Unfortunately, Steve Kent is very long-winded with his words, and he takes forever to get through these guests. So it's just
better.
I should have known better.
Some things never change.
Some things never change. It's true, man.
Bill, brother, come on now.
So, guys, I along the lines of bringing on people that we want to talk to. Obviously, we've known Bill for a long time. We've actually had him on the hot seat, and but Bill is I would consider an expert and freaking grand champion extraordinaire with barbecue comps. So I wanted to reach out and get him on here and kind of pick his brain a little bit and let you guys get to know him a bit. We've seen him on, what was it? Was it Netflix that you were on with that? No, was it Food Network?
It's
Barbecue USA.
Yeah.
So what was the host's name?
Michael
Simon.
Simon.
Yeah.
Right. I was like, it's Michael, and I actually love watching that guy too, and I could not remember Simon for the life of me. But we've watched you freaking grow to like this. You started out doing some YouTube stuff, and that's kind of why we had you on, and we were but we've watched you grow into a freaking champion, and I'm just so impressed with what you do. I put for all those watching right now, I put your link to your Facebook page underneath the video description. So you guys, if you're not following Chicken Fried BBQ, you could do it on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. You're on TikTok or no?
I'm on them all. Yeah,
you're on them all. You're like me. You're on them all. So
send it.
Yeah, just jump in there. David, message me somehow, brother. I can't work on this right now. All right. I want to, kind of ask a few of the same questions that we've, kind of gone over before, but we have some new ones for you. So hopefully it's not,
no, it's all good, man. Hell yeah. It's been a long time, CJ. Sure.
Yeah. And it's funny how we were talking about, Steve brought it up, the friends in this industry that we've met through, the YouTube game, I guess, amongst other things besides social media, but YouTube.
Sure.
So, we've hung out, we went and saw you out in Houston, and it's always great seeing you, and you've been nothing but accommodating to us when we come and visit and check out your rig. And, obviously we're there for moral support, and we want you to win, and we're rooting for you every damn time too. So when you get up there and you win, we're like, we know that guy, we've hung out with him.
Right.
So anyway, personal life. Let's talk about it. Married, kids, all that stuff. Tell us about them.
I'm married. I got a wonderful wife, Vanessa Purvis, and I've got 2 daughters, and they're I think 24 and 27, or 23 and 27. So the youngest one is still in college, so she's at home with me and the wife, but she's pretty independent, going to night school and working during the day. But yeah, surrounded by ladies, man.
And did I see you had a grandbaby recently too?
Yep. So I had a grandson recently, and then my granddaughter is she's 2 years old. So we just had our first grandson. So
it's so
man,
cool.
It's all good stuff, man. So now it's the first male. You know what I mean? So
finally, you got one in there.
Finally, man, he's gonna start eating brisket soon enough.
Just blend one up and put them in his bottle. Who needs formula?
Like give him some rib au jus in the bottle, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah, exactly. That's so cool, man. All right. Well, I know we YouTube are you, I don't really want to, get into that too much. I don't, I know you don't put a ton
I don't
into
put a
it.
whole lot, no.
Yeah. I know we've talked about when you put up your, your behind the scenes kind of how you prep stuff and all that. And I love watching that stuff. To me, it's very mesmerizing, relaxing, watching you
Right.
trim up and stuff like that. Because I'll tell you the truth, when I trim my own briskets, I get anxiety, man. And then
Right.
I get analysis or a paralysis by analysis, man. Like I just can't stop. Like I'm trimming and trimming and trimming. So to watch you do it, but it's so much more relaxing and I love watching it. So, but obviously you spend your time on comps, right?
Yeah.
What,
Yeah.
what,
24/7, man.
besides what fuels you with that, what got you into it to start?
So I think originally, way back when I saw a video by Baby Back Maniac
Yep, Justin.
about starting a YouTube channel with just a phone. And I was like, you know what? And I was barbecuing all the time, right? I wasn't doing necessarily competitions as much, but I was barbecuing a lot. And I thought, man, I'll just, I watched that one video and I was like, shit, I got a phone. So I just started doing short little clips, and doing little brisket cooks and stuff like that. And a buddy of mine was like, oh, man, come do this competition, and man, I was kind of halfway interested in or whatever. And I'd had, I don't know, 4 or 5 videos. I came on the hot seat and, was trying to put out different videos. But, man, he kept kind of getting me over there. And finally, man, I did a couple of cook-offs with him. And, man, I thought, you know what? I think I can register my own team. Let's just see how I do. And, man, very first cook-off, I ended up getting RGC with a first place rib.
That's
So
insane.
from
That's
that point,
insane.
man, I was just really just hooked and ate up with competition barbecue. And then it got to a point where, man, I don't want to put videos out because I'm winning. And man, I don't want to tell people what I'm doing, And then I don't want to put another video out of like, man, here's a rib recipe, but man, it's not what I'm doing. And now now I've put out a recipe out there on YouTube of something that I'm not actually using or doing, So it was kind of this catch-22, and man, I just went full throttle on competition and Instagram. I did Instagram.
Yeah, you do. I see you.
I'm probably most active on Instagram just because the reels and everything. It's
pretty easy to manage, right?
Just easy. It's just easy, I got trimmed my chicken here. I'm at a comp right now. They just finished awards, but I trimmed my chicken here on Friday night, and I just had my phone in a little stand, and I was able to put a reel Friday night when I went to bed.
Yeah.
It was just easy.
So are you ultimately like a competitive person? Is that what's driving you, or are you just like getting them big paper checks that you see on the
Man, I've always played sports, so
right.
I've always been competitive in that sense, but I wouldn't consider myself like uber competitive that, I'm getting in fights at like beach volleyball with people over a game. You know what I mean?
Like rec league softball beating up somebody.
Yeah, exactly. But I've always been competitive. I've played, football my whole life growing up and whatnot.
Right.
So, man, this is competition barbecue is an element where I can still get that same competitive stuff, but man, it's kind of built for big fat guys. You don't really have to run and tackle anybody. So.
Yeah, it's true. That's kind of why I get into poker. Like I can still be competitive, but I can sit my ass down and have a beer while I'm playing.
Yeah, you can sit in the AC the whole time.
Sit in the AC. Yeah, every year about this time, obviously football starting up, and we're all fans, and I sit there and think about it, and I'm like, man, I could not imagine sitting my happy ass in some fresh cut grass in the middle of Hell Week, watching my pants get all wet and like steamy and nasty. It's just, and the headaches from getting pounded around all day, with the tackling and all that stuff. Like I just can't imagine.
Yeah, and I tell you too, and I did a lot of deer hunting before barbecue. I was hunting a lot. And of course, we cooked at the deer lease and all the rest of it. But, when I got into competition barbecue, it gave me that same element of going out on the weekend. You're with a bunch of buddies because we're all friends on the circuit.
Right.
We all know each other, and man, you get that same kind of fellowship or camaraderie you have as a family or as a social group, if you will, and you get to bring home money and trophies.
Yeah.
Which at the deer lease, if I killed a deer, man, I had to spend more money for processing. So
Yeah.
if I do good over a weekend, man, I'm bringing home a couple of $1,000.
Yeah.
So it gives me everything the deer lease gave me plus trophies and cash.
Right on. Well, you touched on a little bit about the camaraderie that you're building there. From what I've seen over the years, and by going to Houston or talking to Dutch and all that, like, you really are friends out there. You're not necessarily competitors,
sure.
right?
Oh, for sure.
Is there anybody that you would say is, I'll say, a mentor, a friend, someone that you latch onto or, have questions about all the time? Like, someone to bounce stuff off of, any of that?
Man, I learned from a lot of people, and the benefit, I put an online class out there. So I have a competition class that's online, and it's really popular within the competition community. So I've sold a lot of classes, and even those guys that have bought classes from me, they come up to my trailer. Hey, I did this, and man, I made this one tweak over here, and man, I've had 2 first places in a row. So I learned from those guys too. People that have come to me for help. Man, it's not unlike it for 2 months later, 3 months later, for me to be asking one of them, hey man, are you still doing this? No, man, I started doing this. So we all kind of, man, the more social you are, the more information you get from a lot of different people. But I've had a lot of great, barbecue mentors, and, and they've just, a lot of guys are just, like, it's just like anything else. They see you showing up every week,
Right.
and you're spending $200-$300 on entry fees, and you're spending, $500-$700 on meats. No one wants to see that guy get his teeth kicked in every week,
Yeah.
So people help,
That's cool.
Yeah.
Dutch, you look like you're holding on to something over there. What's going on?
Well, when you told me Bill was coming on, I spent time with Bill at the Royal. I showed him the proper way to close a chicken drum, but we won't get into that, right, Bill?
Yeah.
Bill, right?
Right. We'll keep that one off record for now with Dutch.
Thanks, buddy. No, Ed. My big question, I guess, I have for you tonight is, CJ hit on a couple things that made me jot down some notes. But my big thing is, I wanted to ask you about your past month, being with Kit, Phil, Carmen, Vanessa, down under.
Australia. Yeah.
I caught a lot of it Tuesday night on your show, your podcast, and describing, I never knew that in Australia, you got locally sourced meats only.
Oh yeah. No, we went there, and we did 3 weeks in Australia, and I did 3 competitions over there, and I did 2 classes. So the classes help pay for the trip. So barbecue, man, is paying for all of it, right? So and the Australians really wanted some Texans to come across. So, man, we did a class before each comp, and then, man, we got beat by the people that took our class before the comp. So, but man, it was a great time. It was, man, we had an awesome time,
And I hear that you and Phil were the best at holding down a boat by the barrier reef. Is that true?
Oh yeah. The wives wanted to go in the Great Barrier Reef, so we took a trip up there, and man, we just hung. I didn't want to get in the fucking water. I wasn't getting in the water. I'm not a scuba diver. I'm not a snorkeler.
Nope.
But man, they had plenty of chairs on the pontoon. And they had an open bar. I don't necessarily drink, but man, they had ice cream. They had all kinds of shit. So. Man, I just hung out on the pontoon, and they had an underwater observatory, so I could go see fish if I wanted to see fish. Otherwise, man, I could just chill in a chair and relax. That's what me and Phil and Kit did the whole time while the girls were out snorkeling.
Sounds wonderful to me, man.
And the Weatherford was gorgeous too, so it was a great day.
Yeah, because it's actually winter down there right now.
Yeah.
So
It's winter there, but the Great Barrier Reef is on the north, kind of the north side of Australia, so a little closer. Man, I guess a little closer to the equator, so it was warm. You know, it was nice. You know,
it's probably like the Texas Gulf Coast in the winter.
Yeah, it was. Man, it was 70 degrees. So, but you know, down south, if you know, we were down in Sydney, man, it was probably 30 or 40 degrees.
Ooh, so that's a little chilly. So one other thing I want to ask you about your trip to Australia. When Phil hit that GC, I saw you filming. I've seen the clips from Carmen and everything. As Phil being one of your very good friends, especially on the circuit, how happy were you for him knowing that last year you were the only one to go to the Jack with 7?
Yeah, it's great. And I mean, we even talked about it, you know, that, hey, if I was sitting on 5, he was sitting on 6 going across. And he only needed to win 1. I needed to win 2, you know. So first day, the first comp we went to, I think he finished 3rd, I finished 5th. So neither one of us, you know, got the qualifier there. And man, it went into Saturday and neither one of us got it there. I think I was 7th and he was 11th on the next one. And then that last one, you know, it was like, hey, man, if you want to rifle through my meat and take the best meat, because, man, I can't get 7 now. You're the only one that can get 7. So if you want to use, you know, the best pork or the best ribs as far as quality wise. And, you know, he said, no. He said, man, I appreciate it. But, man, if we start doing that, man, who knows? I don't want to stack the deck. You know, I'll just let karma go how, you know, how it's supposed to play out. And sure enough, man, in all fairness, you know, the guy ends up pulling it off at the end. So I was happy, you know.
And you mentioned one word there, and I'm a believer in that. When it comes to barbecue karma.
Yeah, you don't want any bad juju, man.
I believe that shit's real when it comes to a competition.
Well, of course it's real, Dutch.
I really,
you know, shit.
It's science, baby.
It's science. It's proven that it's real, Dutch. You know.
With a buddy of mine today, and he's going to the World Food Championships now. But he was telling about 5-6 years ago about a competition here in town where he was expecting to get his meat inspected on Friday night.
You pay extra for that, by the way.
Huh?
You pay extra to get your meat inspected.
Yeah.
They charge for that on Hollywood Boulevard.
Exactly. You pay extra for that in Vegas.
Maybe I should have said the meat inspector was my daughter also.
I think you should just change the subject, Dutch, really, you know?
Yeah, I'd just let that go.
He was talking about it that he pre-brined his chicken and then showed her chicken Saturday morning. That wasn't brined yet. They came in DAL on chicken.
Bad juju.
That's barbecue karma.
Bad juju. You know, ain't bad juju.
Yep, so. I agree. So.
All right, let's get back to the questions over here, Dutch. I feel like it was almost about ready to go off the rails, but we brought it back. We brought it back to center.
Not even close, but all right.
It had one leg off the track.
Yeah, we got it back on there. Let's. I know this is, I don't know, a tough question as far as like, who's your favorite kid or whatever. But do you have a favorite cooker you use for these competitions?
Right now, my drum.
Yeah,
this is right now my drum. So
is it a homemade drum that you did yourself, or is it a company?
No, it's Race Crew drum. It's a guy here in Houston that builds them out of his garage.
Oh wow!
So it's essentially similar to a homemade. He powder coats them, and but yeah, I mean those drums have been great.
Is there any particular reason why you dig those more?
Well, the drums were easy as far as cost of entry to get into doing cook-offs because you can just throw them in the bed of a truck if need be, or if you have a travel trailer, you can throw them in the bed of your truck, hook onto your travel trailer. Man, you don't have to go spend $5,000 on some big offset with wheels and trailers, and so it was. And man, they produced the best results, or not say the best, but man, there's guys all over the country walking and winning with drums. So
Yeah.
I mean, they're
I mean,
doing it with
the proof
offsets too. Don't get me wrong, you
the
know.
proof
But
is in the pudding, though, right? I mean,
yeah,
you can see that they're winning pits, right?
yeah,
So what about pellet grills? What do you feel about pellet grills? Are
I love
you
them.
have a okay, good.
I love them.
Do you use them on are they
I
allowed
do.
in comps?
They are
Okay.
allowed, and I do use. I have a RecTech 590,
Okay.
and man, RecTech sent it to me, and I didn't put it on my trailer. Then they ended up, hey, are you using that in comps as well? The wheels are a little bit kind of wobbly, so they gave me a comp trailer. So I put it on my rig, thinking, once I wrap stuff in foil, I'll just throw it on the pellet grill, and essentially it's just heat. Once things are wrapped, it don't matter really.
Yeah, right.
But I woke up that first morning and I was like, you know what? Man, I'm just gonna cook the damn ribs on the pellet grill. I don't feel like lighting a drum. Just being lazy,
Yeah.
And I ended up hitting first place ribs. And I was like, that was
Might
easy.
be onto something.
That's easy, I just hit the button. So man, I ain't out here to try to win friends. I'm out here trying to win money,
Oh
and
yeah.
man, that
Do you
pellet grill.
find there's a stigma behind it?
No, not on the competition circuit. There's
Not
not.
anymore? Or
No,
has it ever
no.
been?
No, and I don't know. I mean, there's really no one there's a lot of teams that are putting stuff in pellet grills after they wrap it,
Yeah.
and there are a lot of teams cooking on pellet grills as well. But I mean, I just got a new Pit Boss vertical just this
Yeah.
weekend.
I have the same one. I saw it. I saw the one you did.
And I put it on this porch over yesterday. I took the RecTech off. I put the Pit Boss on because it's got so much more room.
Yep.
And man, I cooked the brisket today. I cooked the brisket, the ribs, and the pork all on that fucking vertical offset.
Yep. I did I did a catering event for the kids band, right? I did it for over 300 people. And
Yeah.
I used my Pit Boss to do 4 briskets, I think. And then I ended up it became the warmer.
Yeah.
After, I sliced it all up, put it in trays and put the trays in, it became a warmer. It's a great little tool.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's probably a lot of misconceptions about competition barbecue.
Right.
As far as what judges like, what really matters. Most of them don't want any smoke. They don't want a smoky brisket. It doesn't really score anything. Smoke is something that you need, but if it can be overdone, it could get bitter, and it can hurt you more than it can help you.
Yeah.
So I do ribs all the time I mean, I did it today, and there's 70 teams out here. I hit 7th rib and I hit 3rd pork, and
Wow.
man, it was all done on that pellet.
Oh shit. There you
Yeah.
go.
So
Is there I know you have your class in your online class, so I'm not looking for you to give away anything, but if you are willing, is there one trick of the trade that you do that someone else like Dutch would not do if someone wanted to do something like on any protein?
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, I mean, the thing about it is and a lot of people, I guess, newer cooks on competition kind of get fixated on recipes.
Right.
And it's really not per se the recipes. I mean, it needs to be a balanced recipe. It can't be, man, you don't want to go in there with, Asian bang ribs. You know what I mean? You want to keep
Right.
your flavor profiles kind of in the middle. You don't want anyone to hate it, So, but most of it is the techniques, and those techniques of how you cook a brisket and how you cook a rib, it involves several different parts. And I've had guys that have taken my class and I'm like, man, the techniques just kind of blew me away. And they've applied other rubs, other injections, but they're still using those same exact techniques to basically get hot food. You want hot food in the judging tent.
Right.
So everything, my timeline, everything works its way backwards. I mean, I'm sure you guys have cooked breakfast and you've had, man, your eggs done before the biscuits,
Yeah, for sure.
So it is just a really big symphony of timeline to make sure that you got 4 meats to make sure every one of them hits that judge's table to where it's hot. Man, you don't want to give them cold biscuits. because you're not going to score.
Exactly.
Cold food. And I'll see guys, some of the turn-in windows are 20 minutes long. And I'll be sitting on my porch and I'll watch people walk by with their box to take it to the judge's tent. And there's still 20 minutes until the window closes.
Right.
So that food is just going to sit there and it's going to get cold. And I'm going to turn in on the last minute or 2 minutes with my stuff steaming hot into a box. The box closed as quickly as I can. And I can feel the box. It's warm. It's like a pizza going into a Domino's deal. Man, I fill it up. As much meat as I can in there to keep the temperature. I want it warm and get it to the judges to where, man, they're eating hot food. And man, if I can beat half the people just being hot versus cold, man, it's a numbers game.
It makes sense. It does. Speaking of a turn-ins, have you ever missed a turn-in?
I've only missed a steak turn-in. I've never missed one of the main proteins.
Okay.
But they had a jackpot one night on Friday, and man, I didn't know my timeline. The biscuits were cold, right? I mean, I was like, shit, man, the turn-in's in 10 minutes. My steak's at 110 degrees, and man, it didn't get done, and I was 2 minutes late, so I just ate the steak, and it was delicious. So
hey, why not?
Yeah,
waste not, want not, right?
Man, we told everybody it would have won. So
well, of course. We met your lovely wife out in Houston too, and she's there with you all the time, right? She's a big part of your crew most of the time, right? And
she loves the family. She loves all the wives. She loves the family. I mean, it's just you hardly meet bad people in barbecue, man. It's a bunch of good people.
For sure. Everybody I've met through the years, especially like going out with you guys or whatever, have been just beautiful people. But your wife is, you told me something when we were in Houston that your wife is not like other wives where she was trying to convince you to get a bigger rig instead of, because she is that into it.
Oh, yeah.
And she actually does competitions with you, right? Like she does dessert and stuff like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's awesome that you could have a partner in this thing and who is just as excited and just as supportive, right?
Oh, man, and that's a huge difference. Our kids, it was kind of like one of those things that, man, our kids were getting older and older and older. And right as we were kind of somewhat empty nesters, barbecue came in, and man, it's just given us both another outlet where, we're no longer taking kids to school or picking them up or taking them to, dance class or whatever. So, and she's gotten into it. She does desserts and she does cheesecakes and stuff like that. So, and she enjoys helping me and, getting in the trailer, and she'll hand me this and do this. And, but yeah, she loves
you guys, you have your routine kind of settled and set down, right?
Yeah.
So I asked this question to Ron, and I'm wondering if it's a bit different with you, being that you and your wife are, always together, but mostly together at these comps. Is what does a date night with Bill look like? What are we doing when we're going on a date night?
Man, we're turning in 4 meats.
I was gonna say, are we turning in some brisket?
we're going to a competition out of state.
Are you at least doing it over candlelight dinner, man?
And she gets date night all the time because I do enjoy cooking. So, and I don't necessarily cook barbecue during the week, but I do like experimenting and stuff. So, man, she loves it because I'm sitting there cooking dinner most of the time. So
hell yeah. I mean, obviously I deal with that my life. So
yeah,
I hear you. Before I start, finishing up my questions here, Kent, do you have anything from the chat? We don't have a lot of viewers in here right now, so if you have anything from the chat for Bill?
I got a couple things I've jotted down while Bill has been educating us.
Okay, go for it then.
Bill is an educator, let me tell you. I spent some time with him at the 21 Royal, and his wife, I will attest, she is a rock star and a sweetheart. She is, let's just say, we were all football players back in the day, but I don't think Bill was a kicker or a punter. But he outkicked his coverage.
I love it.
So, earlier, Bill, you referred to trimming a brisket at a comp, and I know because I've watched the video a couple times. Not saying I'm taking pointers, that Alonzo recorded for you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I want to say there's 2 comp trim videos I look at as a refresher all the time. And the detail you put into yours is right up there. And then the other one would be from the other CJ, not this one.
Yeah.
I actually had a chance to meet him in Austin. He's a really nice guy.
Oh, Clarence is great, man.
Dude, he is freaking awesome.
Oh yeah, he's a rock star, man. He's a Texas legend, man.
Dude, his wife is just as cool too.
Yeah.
She's a spitfire for sure, man.
Yeah.
But the some of the tips, if you listen closely on Bill's brisket trim video, and I'm referring more to the point end of it. I'm not going to give it all away. That way people got to watch. You brought up a couple points in there that I was like, wow, that really makes great sense. Like where you get your bird ends from.
Right.
And I guarantee in about 3 weeks, I'm going to watch that video again because I got to do another KCBS brisket for Denison.
Man, I've had lots of comp guys come to me about that brisket trim video, and just, I mean, they started to allow a couple of years ago burn ends being cooked at Texas competitions. For the longest time, you just had to turn in slices. So I kind of had to change my trim to where now I'm cooking burn ends, and I'd already done a barbecue class online, but that didn't have burn ends because we weren't doing burn ends at the time. And then all these people that had taken my class see my boxes with burn ends, and like, man, they didn't teach that in this class. And but they made burn ends legal about 2 months after I was filming. So I just thought, man, I'm gonna put it on YouTube so all my students can see it, plus anybody else, and it would help me get monetized. So it was, man, it's like a 20-minute video, but the watch time I've got from that guy, it's what threw me over the loop to monetize my YouTube. So.
And what you were saying is, I'm going back to CJ to Clarence now. His was more of a slice flat.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And yours is more recent and brought it a little more forward than
Mine's different. That's for damn sure.
And I believe the online course you're talking about is from Mike Steele.
Yeah.
At Barbecue Champs.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm on my phone too, so I can't see the chat. So if there's anything in there that I need to know about, CJ,
we got 17 people watching right now, but only really Nigel is the one commenting. So Nigel, good on you, brother. Thank you for being on. And like,
I haven't heard Nigel's name in ages, man.
I know Nigel has been there from the jump, dude.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nigel, man. That's awesome.
Speaking of Nigel, there's one guy who put a hashtag in that says the Cheesecake Queen.
Oh yeah, there you go, Dutch.
I don't know who that guy is, other than
we go.
And there you go.
I don't know who that Daddy Dutch guy is.
I hear he's an asshole. And then David Embry says hi. So we got a couple more people chiming in. I'm gonna throw. David's been asking it a couple times, so I'm gonna throw it in there. What is your favorite thing to cook, Bill?
Probably right now, chicken thighs. I mean, competition chicken thighs. I've done well with them. I score well with them, and I enjoy knocking them out. I enjoy making them look good.
All right. So how about let's put a second part to that. Not competition. What's your favorite thing to cook?
Probably fajitas. Something I'm gonna wrap in a taco. But man, I'm also getting on this Italian thing lately, where I'm really digging Italian food. So
listen, I got a couple of Italian videos. You need to check it out. I'm Sicilian, so I could help you out, man. Get on the Brazil train. Don't air quote that shit. Like I'll do it. It's real. I got the paperwork. Anyway, try some Brazil. I got a video on it. It's freaking amazing, and mixed with a nice Sunday gravy. and
Okay.
you'll be saying "Mamma Mia" by the time we're done. You'll be speaking.
Man, you gotta send me the link, CJ.
I'll shoot you the link, man.
Send me
It's
the
good
link,
stuff,
dude.
baby.
Hell yeah.
All right, Kate, finish up your questions, huh?
I didn't know Volkman, the two N's at the end, meant Sicilian. I thought that was...
Listen. Grandpa Volkman is from Frankfurt, Germany. Grandma Arcuri, who became a Volkman, is from Sicily.
All right.
What
And you can't see that, Dutch? I can see the Italian.
You can see the Italian in all this.
Yeah, it's in the voice.
You know what's funny is
it's in the body language.
Dude, I talk with my hands. That's
Uh-huh.
the only real Italian part. I talk with my hands, and believe it or not, I can get really tan. I don't, but I can get really tan. Like I'm red faced right now because I've been drinking and it's hot. But
you tan up, huh?
I tan up like a golden god, dude.
Charlie's got a better tan than you, and he wears a coat.
Oh my god, whatever. Go for it. Ask your questions.
All right, Bill. I'm leaning towards Tuesday nights now.
Yeah.
8:00 our time, 6:00 for CJ if he'd like to tune in once. With chicken fried.
Let me interrupt you because I want to put it on there. I have it on my notes. I want to know what shiggin means.
Oh, we'll get to that part.
Okay, it's okay. Good, go for it.
Wes Garrett. I think maybe he went to the Jack once. I can't tell by the show.
And no one really knows.
No one knows. Okay, so that's just like a backdrop for Wes.
Yeah. No, Wes has been to the Jack several times. We just fuck with him.
Being a producer for you.
Yeah.
And your co-host, Phil.
Yeah.
Great comedic relief, by the way. Not that you're not funny, but Phil's got a different sense of humor. Can I make a request that instead of sitting off screen, we get Kit Polk on a little more once in a while?
Man, he freezes up, He gets a little stage fright, He gets a little nervous about it,
Oh, he's not like barbecue sauce on the table.
He gets stage fright and he freezes up.
Some bitch.
Yeah.
And I'm there every Tuesday night. Love the show.
Yeah.
Love what you guys are doing. Especially Wes with the way he enhances the show with, and by the way, Super Shots is trademarked, you son of a bitch.
I don't even call them Super Shots, I don't think.
You did Tuesday. That's why I brought it up earlier in the show. I was like,
oh, shit, okay, I have to change that.
To give him shit.
I'm going to call them Sugar Shots,
Oh, there you hey.
That sounds like something you get in Vegas. I'm just saying.
maybe stick
and
with
the crowd that watches my show would love it,
Chicken shots.
They probably had it,
Pay us $50 for an oh God from Wes, when they hit, and then you can give somebody a tip.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I modeled it after your guys' show, but kind of aiming towards the kind. I called both of you guys before I launched it as well, so. But I still have no idea what I'm doing with it. We're just having fun, bullshitting.
That I think that's 90% of it, and because CJ and I did it for 3.5 years. We wouldn't have done it that long if we weren't enjoying it and having fun.
And every episode it's $200 or $300, So as far as donations, so man, there's been some that I've even got over $1,000 in donations. One of them where Gulf Coast was on, but man, an extra couple $100 a week,
Hey, dude, it don't hurt for sure.
For just bullshitting about barbecue.
Yep.
I used to love the Super Shots, like getting the cash off of it.
Yeah.
The actual shots part of it, that was the rough part.
Well, I don't drink, so Phil does all the drinking for us.
Way to take one for the team.
Yeah.
There were a lot of Friday mornings I did not want to go to work.
I bet, man. It's brutal.
Oh, look at that. The Dogfather's in the chat. What up, brother?
Oh, shit, Alton. What's up, brother?
What's up?
So,
All right, ask Uncle Steve's question.
Oh, shit, I didn't see it. I'm too busy talking to Bill.
You know what? When I was watching that Wall Twins hot seat to kind of bring it back a little bit, as I was talking to Wall Twins, Uncle Steve threw $100 super chat in there, and we all lost our minds like it was like he just sent us $1 million. Oh my god! Because no one gives that much on a super chat, right? Like, I mean, not that we're complaining or whatever, but that's a lot of freaking cash.
Yeah.
So we're all like, what the? He stopped. He dropped his pin. Like, we all did shit. Like, it was like, oh. Holy moly! All right, go for it. Dude.
So, Bill, Steve asked, "What of all the comps? What is your favorite one to cook?"
American Royal.
Is there a reason?
Royal.
That's because I was there, right?
That's exactly the reason why.
Is that the reason? That was the reason. Dutch was.
I get to see Daddy Dutch. So
what's up, RG? Well, shit, dude. That's. I mean, anytime
American
Dutch
Royal.
is around,
Man, there's 500 teams, and hearing your name called in front of 500 teams from all across the nation and actually overseas as well. Man,
Yeah. I mean,
we a lot of us do it just because you get butterflies and adrenaline when you're going to awards, not knowing if your name's going to be called, and man, to get a call there is just brilliant.
And I think, was it 21 or 22? I don't remember what year it was. 21, you walked the stage in chicken.
Yeah.
And which is fitting for Chicken Fried BBQ. But was it day 2 of 21, or is that in 22? I think you never hit top 25, but you walked 8th overall.
Yeah. There's 500 teams, and they only call the top 25 in each category. And man, I didn't have a top 25 in any meet, but my cumulative score, I had the 8. I ended up making top 10 overall because all my stuff was, it was, I didn't bomb any categories. So
you were that, I'm guessing that 11 to maybe 25 range and everything.
Believe it or not, they call out the top 25, and most of my meets were in the 50s. Wow. They weren't like 30, 28th place, 29th place. They were a 50th place brisket, a 40th place, rib, and they were all scattered in the 40s and 50s.
But that just shows you what a solid, consistent cook can do also.
Well, yeah, I mean, and two, it is the Royal. There's 500 teams, so the challenge of it's single round judging. You don't know what table you're getting. I hit some good tables, which hitting good tables obviously helps the situation. So,
and if so you're in the top 15% on 4 meets.
I think it's more. I think it's more in the top 15% if there's 500 teams and you're 8th overall.
No,
I'm no mathematician.
Sure.
Like you were saying, you were 25th to 50th.
Oh yeah.
On each meet, I think you mean.
On each meet, yeah.
Of all 4 meets, cumulative, and somebody's going to have a decent chicken, a decent rib, and pork, and maybe a borderline brisket, and you being in that range the whole time.
Well, I was 3 points away from RGC. That's how tight the scoring was.
That's insane.
Yeah. I was 3 points. I scored a 700 and a 703 was RGC.
Wow. I didn't.
Yeah. It was close.
That's just, solid cooking. What else?
I mean, it's consistent. You're good at what you do. I mean, obviously you prove it over and over again. So, I mean.
Yeah. No,
it helps that you dig it. It's
a lot of fun, man. I enjoy it. And I'm going to do it as long as I enjoy it.
Honestly, that was one of my questions for you. Is there a point where you are going to hang it up, or is it just when it stops being fun?
When it stops being fun, I mean, I really should do more on social media. I should do some long form content. Right now, I'm just doing short because I do need it to grow my brand. I've got my own seasoning. I got my own chicken brine. Obviously, I'm doing classes. So the more I can do out there from a social media aspect helps my brand. And granted, winning out here on the comp trail, there's 40 teams that are going to know, but all those guys know me.
Yeah.
All those guys know me. And what I need to do is more social media to get to that backyard cook. And that's some of my focus, but I just love competing too much. So I can't take a weekend off to go cook a brisket at the house. And when I'm here at a competition, man, I'm trying to win. So I don't want the camera to be in my way,
Yeah, I hear you.
So
couple people saying goodnight in there. I think David Embry is saying goodnight. Good night, man. Thank you for being in there. Jimmy from Cuff and Stuff showed up. What's up, Jimmy? Dogfather's in just for a second, so we're live. Alton, I'm gonna actually be out in Austin October 7th, so I'm gonna hit you up. So be around. Ken, are you done with the question from the chat? Because I was gonna go to the lightning round.
Nope, I'm not.
All right, hurry up.
This chat comes from Daddy Dutch Barbecue Bill. He wants
Fuck's sake.
Oh fuck.
So chicken only, or do you use this on anything else?
Chicken and turkey.
Perfect. That actually got a third place turkey call at the Worthington KCBS this past year.
Man, so did first place turkey, just so you know.
Yeah, I know who it was, too.
No, I don't know if they did or not. I'm just fucking with you. So, no, congratulations, Dutch.
Second was using that one from Oklahoma.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. So,
with that turkey, was there a specific seasoning you were using on it to win?
Yeah, they were both Uncle Steve Shake. One is called Bird Shake, and the other one's called the West Coast Hack Shake.
Boom,
baby. Hack Shake. Hack. How dare you, sir? How dare you?
Use that same combination the last 2 years, and out of 32 teams, I got a first and a third.
Nice, Dutch. Brilliant.
For 2 turkey cooks, I do, about one a year.
There you go.
Second place average, I will take it.
All day.
There's only one difference. This year I use this.
There you go.
And I'm gonna keep using it.
You know what, Bill? I'm gonna beg for something. I need a little bit more of the good stuff.
Man, I got you. I got you, bro.
I blew through that shit so quick, and I didn't want to bug you for it, but I need to get some of that rib grind.
Man, I'm gonna send you a code.
All right,
I'll send you a code.
And by the way, Bill.
Yo.
This is killer to inject a pork loin. Ask me how I know.
Man, I've heard people tell me that. I just haven't had the balls to do it.
I did it with loin 2 weeks ago because I'm cooking loin and ribs. You know what? I'm going to throw this in the loin. And I diluted it per package instructions into apple juice. I put it in that loin out of a 130. I scored a 127. I got beat by 1 fucking point.
Wow.
It damn near took a perfect score to beat it.
Well, I'll tell you, when you do have products that are being used on the competition, you get all kinds of, I get people, hey man, I injected it into my pork butt and I got first place pork. You get all kinds of stuff. They like to tell you what they do, which is great, but man, I haven't had the balls to put it into pork or ribs yet. So
I'm doing a little different than you. I'm doing backyard yet.
Yeah.
With some KCBS mixed in.
I had a guy message me that injected it into his ribs and he got a first place rib.
And you know what? I'm thinking about, I got one a week from today. I have to do butts and ribs. And I'm like, what's it going to hurt?
Well, I too like to soak my loin, so I'll have to try some of that stuff. But at least you laugh. Thanks, Bill. Appreciate you, man.
I love you, CJ. I'll laugh at all your stuff, baby.
For that pork loin,
I don't love Dutch, but I love you. Yeah.
Well, I appreciate it. I mean, at least someone does, right?
Right.
What's up, Randy? I see you in the chat. What's up, man?
And Bill, you know as well as I do when it comes to pork or chicken seasoning, you know, they can interchange a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure.
That's why I thought, why the hell didn't I try it?
Yeah.
So it worked out well.
Yeah, nice.
I got to make a brine or an injection for this week for the butts. I know this. Sorry, Sat. I did a spot for when I was in Orlando, who owns a pretty proud barbecue store. I won't say the whole name, but you know, he carries rib grind and Game Over, and he's like, grab what you want. So I grabbed a bag of Game Over and took it home with me on the plane.
Nice.
I might. I'll text you, let you know how I did.
There you go. Perfect, Dutch.
You know, if I don't score well, it's my fault.
Yeah, of course. Or the judge's fault, you know. So,
yeah.
Best barbecue don't always win. You know, I prove that every week, you know. So
I can't say that. That's bad juju.
All right, let's wrap this up, man. We're getting close to 3 hours now. So, Bill, I'm gonna do the lightning round. This is something new I decided to throw out there. So,
hell yeah.
You ready?
Fuck
what
yeah,
the fuck now, Kent?
There's somebody at the back door kicking my tires. See how I did that with both y'all?
I like it. Make sure you wash your hands. All right.
Never.
All right, lightning round questions here, Bill. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Flats or drums?
Flats.
Attaboy. Strawberry or grape jelly?
Grape jelly.
I'm okay with that too. Boxers or briefs?
Boxers.
Did you hear Ron's answer to that?
He's commando or whatever.
All right. Surf or turf?
I want the turf.
All right. Beer or liquor?
Beer.
Lump or briquettes?
Lump it up.
Who you want to plug? Who you use?
Roll Up, sponsored by Roll Up Charcoal. Use them every
You're
week.
sponsored by them, right? Yeah.
Okay,
sweet or savory?
I'm gonna go sweet.
All right. Do you?
Because I'm diabetic, man. I like the sweets.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. Same. All right. Last question. Does pineapple belong on pizza?
I've never had it on pizza. I've never had pineapple on pizza.
So the real answer is just no. All right.
I'm gonna go with no. Yeah. Man, there's a bunch of funky shit they put on pizza these days. Man, I just get a meat lovers, you know. So
there's a place in Brooklyn that we were gonna go by. It's called Cuts and Slices. It's very popular on the Instagram and all that. And they'll put like barbecue oxtail pizza or like some kind of, crab Alfredo pizza, freaking flip-flop.
That's not my jam. That's just not my jam. Yeah.
I'd rather just have little sausage, little pepperoni, little black olives, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Do we really have to ask the deserted island question, Kent?
When you're fucking bored, why are you going to ask me when we got a guest like Bill on?
Yeah, that seems stupid. All right, no deserted island question for you today.
Okay.
All right.
Fuck that deserted island.
Do you remember the question?
I do, I think.
If you were stuck on a deserted island with me, what part would you cut off? And
that's a terrible question.
I fucking hate it.
That's a terrible question.
But we brought it up before, and it's like, screw it. So,
man, I'll be in that water after some fish before I want to gnaw on one of your toes or something.
Fuck yeah. All right, Ken, ask the last question, and we'll wrap up, Bill. Here.
All right, Bill, you've seen this on a Wednesday night show, but it actually originated before that on a Thursday night show about 7 years ago. Your Mount Rushmore of influencers or cooks, barbecue or otherwise, in your life.
Shit, okay, let's see. I'm going to go with Brad Leiniger from Getting Basic, competition team, and he owns a couple of restaurants. Man, he's a badass. He's won KCBS Team of the Year like 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
Fred Robles, man, he's a mentor of mine here in Texas. Another competition cook. Most of mine are going to be competition cooks, Well, I'd say most of mine. I'm going to give Ernest Cervantes. He used to be a comp cook, and now he's got his own barbecue place in Seguin. And man, I cook on the weekend for 6 judges. Man, this guy cooks for 1,000 people every day, and man, he's got to nail it for 1,000. I cook for 6. I only need to nail it for 5 because they drop a score. Man, he don't have any drop scores at that restaurant, and he's just banging it, And then my brother Phil, man, he got me into the game, LC Barbecue, and man, he's been a great friend, a great mentor as well. Man, that's my 4 for sure. So
I dig it.
Yeah.
Watching the way, and I've seen it a couple times at the Royal, the way you and Phil interact, you can see it really good on Barbecue USA. I think it's when Phil, they kind of dropped Phil from a couple of the episodes, but you see Bill get a call and him and Vanessa get up and walk. And the first person to say, "Attaboy, good job," was Phil sitting right there.
Oh, yeah. And we're each other's biggest fan. We try to help each other all we can,
And it's the weird thing about barbecue. If we can't win, we're rooting for our buddies to win.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
And it's a sport like any other.
Yeah, you want your friends to do. I mean, if you don't do well, you want your friends to win. So.
You can't go into a football game and say, "Oh, I forgot my helmet. Can I borrow a helmet?"
Yeah.
If you forget a pan, you forget a knife, you forget this in barbecue, and your buddy set up next door, kind of like you guys were with Butter at the Royal 3 years ago. "Hey, can I borrow this?" "Yep, here you go, pal. Good luck."
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Totally different. So,
man, you don't want any bad juju, man. You start rat holing shit, not helping people. It's bad juju.
Amen to that. So,
it's a smart way of looking at it. I don't say like logical way of looking at it, but kind of it makes sense. It's a common sense way of thinking about it, right? Why hold on to shit?
Well, yeah, I mean, and 2, there's the common sense way of everybody knows that, man, if you help this guy out, man, later on you might need help from them. And man, a lot of people reciprocate help, and there are some people out that just don't, that want to take. And man, if they're doing well or something, they keep it all under, but that's fine. People, man, those people are identified and most people know them, so,
yeah.
But most of the people out there are they're willing to help one another because it's going to come back to you. You're going to need help. No one has it mastered. And the game's always changing. So.
Right, you're always learning. You're always growing.
Always, it's a journey. It's no destination. So
sure. All right, guys. With that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. We're like I said, we're getting close on the 3 hours here. It was great having you on, Bill. Always great talking to you, man. I can't wait to see you again.
Sure,
thank you for sharing your knowledge and your experience too. It's amazing how far you've come, and we're so glad that we've been a part of it and watching it along this whole way. So, and I mean, it sounds kind of corny, but we're proud of you, man. Like, we love watching you every time you walk or put something on social or anything like that. We love seeing it, and we're rooting for you.
Man, and the same is for me. When I see you guys and I saw you hit 100,000, man, it was like, fuck, man. I knew CJ when he had 5,000. So it's just, man, it's to watch all you guys, and it's great. So.
No, all good, brother, man. So thanks for being on. Mega Fred, thank you for being in there. Everybody who's watched, Nigel, thank you again too for putting all them good questions in there. So Uncle Steve, thanks for being such a great sponsor. Dutch, you got anything to say on the way out?
On the way out, I want to thank Bill. Learned a lot from Bill over the past 4 or 5 years. Continued success for you and the Cheesecake Queen. She's quite the lady.
She is, man. I'm a lucky man for sure.
Yes, sir.
just keep killing it, brother. I guarantee. I know you'll be back at the Jack next year. I know you didn't make it this year.
And we already got one, so we're trying to get 6 more.
I know. I posted that. I was like, boom, number 1.
That's it.
So let's try to get it knocked out of the way a little quicker this year.
No shit.
Let's wait till last minute. All right, brother.
Fuck.
All right, guys.
Appreciate it, guys. Thanks a lot, man. So.
You got it, brother. Dutch, man, it was great hanging out with you again. I think we'll figure out a way to get this going again, at least monthly. And I hope everybody who's watched and catching on the replay and all that stuff, I hope you guys enjoyed it and little blast from the past.
Yeah.
Guys, I hope you guys literally have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Great week. Get those grand champs in sooner than later, Bill. We'll be there along with you. Thank you all again for being a part of this. Cheers, y'all.